where do people turn when they have lost everything? When a cruel catastrophe has taken everything they loved and cared about in life? Where do they turn when they're in despair?
All night party rock! It's showtime, folks.
It feels good. It's cool.
We're brilliant broadcasters.
I'm thrilled. I'm excited. I'm ecstatic.
Very respectful. Very nice.
There is some shenanigans going on.
And it just feels right.
They're like two puzzles. We want perfect questions. We want some laughs. Some thoughts being provoked and thrown back and forth.
I don't like flaky. I like cakey.
I want to hug a cute dog.
How fake was that?
The name of this radio show should be The Happy Idiot and the Sullen Douche.
Two total dorks.
Am I listening to a radio show? Two DJs and a tranny lover. That's what this program is about, mister.
Only creeps listen to this program.
Yo, boys, what's happening, man? Turn your fucking radio down!
Anyone around here ever smell my ass?
It's lovely.
Come on, we're going to tell you how to get chicks. I'm Jim Norton, and I'm a horribly boring person.
We just kind of laugh at him.
He's getting better, but we got to break him in still.
He's a candidate for killing his wife if he gets married.
I love E-Rock under the console. That's hot.
Snapple and mayo, your dumps must be lovely.
And featuring
Hurricane Ben! Martini Steve!
I think there's a degree of mental illness with everybody on the show.
Ramon. Eric's breath smells like the diaper of a cancer patient.
Can I say for the record that this program sucks a fat dick?
I got a few ideas that could get us fired. Please use them. Please use them.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Liking the new intro. Very funny. Bravo to Martini Steve. Steve the Bear. He actually put himself in the promo, too. I like that. Yeah, I noticed that. Got a set of balls, that guy. Good morning and welcome to the Opie and Anthony program on XM Satellite Radio. Monday. It's Monday. Jim Norton is back from L.A.
Hi.
Thank God. And we couldn't be happier. And he took his seat and everything.
I feel really bad. Dennis Leary is here, and I'm outside coming.
I didn't know there was a Jim Norton seat.
You could have it.
I sat down in a seat at 6:45, and somebody said, that's Jim Norton's seat. And I went, didn't know there was a Jim Norton seat, but you deserve a seat.
That's all I have.
Jim?
Entitlement.
Jim, what? Keep the seat.
Ben comes out, he goes, dude, Leary's in your seat. Is that okay? I'm like, yes, Ben.
No, apparently not.
Apparently not. By the time I came back in, it was already, I don't know who said
Hey, what were you doing in L.A.?
Louis C.K. show.
How is it?
So far, so good. I mean, hopefully it will,
Is it
funny
true?
script. The pilot script.
Is it true second season already picked up before it starts airing?
HBO ordered 8 more scripts. That doesn't necessarily mean they're going to order the episodes.
Who's playing his wife?
Pamela Adlon.
Who?
She's Bobby from King of the Hill.
I don't know.
The voice, she's actually very good.
Yeah?
Great actress. Yeah. They ordered 8 more scripts.
Who were you playing?
His friend Rich, who's like a real piece of shit, kind of.
Typecast.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, good.
For Jimmy.
Good thing you have your own seat. Anyway, that's great. I love that. I love Louis C.K.
Could be an Emmy-winning performance, huh? That was really funny when they
How the
Dennis.
fuck are you guys? I just like saying that because you can't say it on
regular radio.
So how the fuck are you guys?
It must be rough to go to regular radio shows after shit like this.
It sucks.
Like, hey, did he say nutsack?
Yeah. I said nutsack 70,000 times.
We better fine him. Call the FCC.
Now, let me ask you guys this.
Uh-oh.
All right. I didn't try this the last time I was here. Can you say cunt?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right. Let me say it. Cunt.
Absolutely.
Cunting fucking car, cunting fucking house, cunting fucking satellite dish. It's like being home with my parents. In an Irish house, cunt is an adverb, an adjective, a verb, a noun.
I like how you subtly, as far as you could push it, put it into Rescue Me. I believe it was twunt.
Yeah, well, we couldn't say cunt.
Of course
but we
not.
said everything except.
Everything.
Yeah, that's a great word.
Twunt, which is a great way around it. Who doesn't know what it means?
Yeah, well, I mean, it means, whatever you want it to mean. You
guys can say shit on there, right?
Can say everything except 2 words. Cunt and fuck.
And fuck. Anything else goes.
Anything else goes.
Asshole.
Why are you allowed to say shit? That seems to be in the same category.
No, because in this country, you know what? Fuck, we all know. It's kind of like, hey, if we let fuck in, it goes crazy.
Right.
And cunt, even if they said fuck is allowed and motherfucker, they would say, no, you can't say cunt because too many women get upset and we don't want to go home to our wives and our moms being upset.
That is the word
But why
to
is
women.
cunt not of acceptable word.
It is the N-word to women.
I know, but to us, women call us what? What's the worst term women call us? Prick?
Prick, asshole.
Right. We don't care, right?
Yeah, no.
Prick, dick. We don't care.
There's really
it's the
no
words
single
before
word.
what they say that get us. Like cheap, stupid prick. We go, cheap? What are you talking about, right?
Yeah.
You know, you ugly, unfashionable dick. What? I bought these clothes. That's what we get upset about.
Defendant's pretty
But you
bad.
say anything to you are such a beautiful cunt. What? The cunt is the word.
Doesn't matter how you preface it.
Yeah.
It's
You are the
just gonna be
world's
bad.
most beautiful, sexy cunt. Doesn't fly.
It is also an argument changer. It doesn't matter what the subject of the argument was. If she leaves the room and you quietly go, fucking cunt,
no,
and that super hearing hears it,
they hear it.
the original argument is all of a sudden done.
I know.
It's over.
Actually, if they don't hear it, there's a satellite thing where the cunt flies up and comes down, and they get the feed from the other room. So you go, you fucking cheap, fucking miserable cunt. What? What'd you say? No, I didn't say anything. No, I have proof. And they get the playback from the satellite.
I did that with the ex-wife once. We were having one of our usual fucking arguments.
Well, ex-wife.
Exactly.
Why are you saying ex-wife? Should be just cunt.
And it gets... yeah.
I said that about the cunt once. Come on.
And
why are you saying ex-wife? That's what's the a prefix and a word. It's 6 letters. Go to cunt. It's shorter.
And I knew it was coming out too loud when it was still like at the base of my throat. I knew the volume was up too loud, but I just had to, and it was like, you fucking cunt.
Yep.
What? And she was one of those that if she heard it in a bar, she'd be like, you know, why do people have to use that? I mean, hated the fucking word.
Now, see, here's the thing. I grew up in an Irish household with Irish immigrant parents, and that word was everything.
Well, over there, it's used like
it's
was.
everything. It's
Or
like cunting car, the cunting weather, that stupid cunt of a priest. So we grew up throwing that word around. So I had a Polish girlfriend, Lauren, when I was like 18 years old. And the second day I knew her, second hour, whatever it was, I said, that fucking cunt thing. And she was like, did you say cunt? And I said cunt thing fucking payphone. That's what what? The word cunt threw her off for like 6 months.
Oh, yeah.
And that's the first time I went, oh, girls don't like the word cunt.
Yeah, there's a word. There's a word
I love
really
the word.
Don't like. And yeah, it's got power to it.
It's a great word, cunt.
You got the band here today. Have you?
I do. I have my
Have
band.
you guys known each other your whole lives, pretty much, or
20? Almost 30 years.
Wow.
Same core band.
Wow.
For 29 years.
What do they do when you're like a movie star and a TV star? They go and do their own thing, or
well,
what?
Charlie played with Ozzy Osbourne.
Yeah.
What did you play for Ozzy?
I played keyboards back at the end of the 80s. With Zach Wilde and Geezer Butler and Randy Castillo, the No Rest for the Wicked band.
Oh, Randy died, too.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
You watch now how Jimmy looks at you.
Jimmy's going to love you
You're
now.
in a whole different
And
life.
Charlie was also in the Blessed Union of Souls.
Wow.
What, wow, look at that. You get a gig with Ozzy, you get a mic. What's your last name?
Roth.
Oh, cool, man. It's great.
Adam was in the Jim Carroll band. Remember that band?
Oh, hell yeah.
Those are people who died. Yeah.
Yes,
and
I was.
there were plenty of horror stories about that band. We won't get into those now, I guess, right?
Well, the one thing about that band is there's no drugs. There was no food. We rehearsed. I was the last minute replacement. We rehearsed for 3 days. The first day I showed up, they didn't. Second day they showed up, I didn't. The third day we rehearsed, and then we went on the road for 4 months.
What is Carol doing nowadays? Is he dead?
No, he's not dead. He's around. I haven't seen. I've talked to him
That's a
in years.
ballsy question. If you don't know if he's dead or not, wow.
Wait, ask that question.
How would you know?
Ask that question
How would
again.
you know?
What's Jim Carroll up to these days?
Probably about 20 milligrams of methadone.
All right, he's got his problem still.
They have great stories about that
That's
band.
not a problem.
Well, give us a
He gets it.
Can't tell them on the air, but man, they're
Why not?
great.
Give us one story.
I
Can't
can't.
blow up
It's
people's
Adam's,
spots.
it's Adam's band.
It's all.
What, you're hoping that he's going to call you soon?
No, I'm not me. It's Adam.
Just
it's
tell the
Adam's
story.
call.
Give me a minute to mull. I'll try
All right,
to
think it over. It's satellite radio.
How long did you play with Ozzy for, dude?
Oh, he's obsessed now.
Oh, now it's over.
Just curious.
Jim Norton is now obsessed.
I was with him for
now,
about 6
the
months.
whole fucking Merry fucking Christmas, the special, the pushing, goes out the window. Jim Norton wants to talk about
All
Ozzy for the next
about
5
Ozzy.
minutes.
I had a gig for about 6 months. I was really brought in as a ringer. His regular keyboard player was going through a miserable divorce of like
I mean, this was like something off of Jerry Springer, what this guy was going through. It's nice enough to stick around for 3 days and teach me all the parts. And I did America in Japan with him, and this guy had gone
All right. You know what? You got to tell the story, or Adam has to tell the story about the 2 chicks in Japan. You called.
Okay.
From,
all right.
So great story.
So here's the thing. So we go to Japan, and
let me finish the end.
Okay, you start it. Let Adam finish.
All right, yeah, move over there.
All right. Charlie's on tour with Ozzy in Japan.
And Ozzy keeps telling me, "Are you gonna like this country?" And he says, "Wait till we get to Osaka, because Osaka they're insane, right?" So we go to Osaka, and the way the groupies work in Japan is they're like in gangs. And they're all wearing, like, designer clothing. Like, here they're, like, skanks and, pass out in the parking lot. In Japan, it's a different thing. And it's like they assign girls to guys. It's so out. Somehow I ended up with 2 girls in a taxi cab going out to play, like, video games with the rest of the guys. One girl wanted to do Zach. One girl wanted to do Randy. By the time we get to the place, they both want to do me. And I'm trying to play this really cool, like, yeah, back in America, man, every night, 2 girls. And they go, no, not to go. not to go. I go, yeah, every night, 2 girls. I get them back to the hotel, right? And I guess now I should hand the mic off to my brother.
He's screwing the 2 girls, so he calls.
Okay, you got
the microphone too.
I love these guys, man.
So he calls me up. I'm in New York. It's like 4 in the morning. He wakes me up and he goes, "Hey, I'm in Japan. I got these 2 girls in the hotel room." I go, "Good." And he goes, "Yeah, they're uckin' singing my ick pray." I go, "What?" I'm asleep anyway. He goes, "Uckin' sing my ick pray." I'm like, dude, they don't fucking understand you. You're not gonna if they find out you're calling your brother because they're blowing you. They're not gonna go, "Oh, we're leaving." Don't call your brother. Bad Japanese insult. You disgrace us. Hurry, curry. Uckin' saying my ick pray.
Pig Latin.
I said I'm sleep a pigging. So.
Did you come in their face and they say, "Get out, Ope Slay"?
Actually, the one girl, the pretty one, I kept around for a couple of days.
That story. Any story with 2 chicks fucking you always has that. Right. The pretty one.
Yeah.
At that point, the pretty one compared to whatever the other one is could be, Rosie O'Donnell at that point.
So I kept her around for a couple of days, and she was like, could get a little noisy. Not that I'm any great shakes, but in these Japanese hotel rooms, like the walls are really paper thin. Literally. So on the other side of the wall, where I'm banging this broad, on the other side of the wall, that's where Geezer's sleeping. Geezer Butler from...
He was playing...
Yeah, he was the bass player, but he's the original bass player from Sabbath. He had the best stories, of course. So, it's 3 in the morning, we're going at it, she's yelling, and all of a sudden I hear this knock on the door. Oi! Oi! Shut up! And I realize I'm actually keeping Geezer Butler awake because I'm screwing this Japanese chick. Right now, for the next 10 seconds, I rule. And then it's all over. I know, right. Yeah, exactly.
God damn, now that's a rock and roll story.
And what about the rest of the band? Any other stories there? I've seen you, forever.
Yeah, I'm around the circuit.
King of the voiceovers.
Hi there.
King of the voiceovers, really?
Phillips. Yeah, I do a lot of voiceovers.
Any we would know?
Could be. Let's see. I'm on a bunch of radio spots right now. Santa Claus for an MTA spot.
That's you?
Yeah, that's me. I'm usually non-humans, but I do a lot of Nickelodeon.
He's Grand Theft Auto.
Oh, really? I was in the original Grand Theft Auto, various voices. I used to be the voice of Comedy Central. You'd hear, "Coming up next, The Man Show," followed by...
Sure. That's
you. All right. Or the Nickelodeon thing. Or there was a character called Face on Nickelodeon. That went...
that fucking thing.
Hey. Smoke a lot of weed.
Hey, kids love that.
No.
Let me tell you I can tell you're going to denigrate that fucking thing.
You know why?
And you know what? That was great for kids.
This was before...
You fucking whore. Don't you denigrate that.
No.
Here we go. What the fuck were you doing watching that?
Because this was before Nickelodeon was total kids. At night, when it was Nick at Night, you turn on and watch the Jeffersons and shit like that. You leave it on 6 in the fucking morning.
What the fuck are you doing up at 6 o'clock in the morning?
It woke me up. That fucking Face woke me up.
That's
the voice.
Job of
Face. You should thank him because you showed up to work on time.
Nah,
the hangover cure.
Back to sleep, show up late to my pin knocking job.
See, I try to do a lot of things that annoy people.
I guess
that kind of stuff or work.
I hated that
Tell
one.
them about the face episode where you fucked those two Japanese sisters.
It was the shit face episode. He ends up in Japan, and the next thing you know.
I'd like to just say for the public record that I think at this point, Opie and Anthony have the easiest fucking gig in the world.
These guys aren't even wearing pants.
I thought they came here at 4 o'clock in the morning, went on the air at 5.
No. It'll happen
What the fuck is that?
When you
I don't
push.
know.
That's
so easy.
My agent calling.
Because I'm letting the world know how easy you fucking two have it. These guys go on the air at 7. What time do you come here? At 6?
6:15.
Yeah, you fucking
horse.
horse.
It was funny because he was.
Do you have a meeting after the show's over to talk about tomorrow?
We are out the door by 11.
The
meeting lasts, the elevator ride down, then we had a meeting.
Anything?
No.
Well,
Dennis Leary did today. We could get an hour out of you today.
A bunch of newspapers.
So now we just have to worry about 3 hours after. Yeah, we have newspapers laying around.
You have the easiest gig.
Like we prepped for the day.
Show business.
And then we'll look at the front page of the newspapers and we'll make shit up.
Really?
Yeah. That's pretty much a day.
How do we?
I'm exhausted.
You know, you can't get it. They were gone for 2 years because of the St. Patrick's thing. And
It's
Satan,
a slow build.
They made a deal with Satan, and they're back. Now they work fucking 4 hours a day.
It's a slow build. You start out as a regular jock, like Opie did. He was feeling us, though, earlier, though. He was feeling bad for us. Because he thought we came in at 3 in the morning.
I thought you were on the air already. I thought you guys were on a coffee break. I didn't realize you just came in before I did.
Yeah, he's like, what time do you guys go on?
I came in at 6. You guys were like sitting around drinking coffee like, yeah, fucking, it's tough.
Like we're on a commercial break that lasted 20 minutes.
You fucking horse.
But
I saw your girlfriend.
Yeah?
What's she, like 22?
23. What's wrong with that?
How old's your girlfriend?
26.
How old are you guys?
We're only like 30. Well, we've definitely... I left the 40 line back a couple of years back.
It's radio.
Yeah, you don't even have to look like anything.
I'm going to call the Catholic
23
Church and say you should have crushed these two like a bug. Fucking assholes.
We get for ourselves.
Anyway,
I love that when the UPS guy come to the door and my girlfriend answers and the guy is like, "Can I speak with your father?" I gotta come to the door. Shut up.
You know,
and
I want to pour so much hot coffee onto your face right now. It's not even funny.
Right, like Leary isn't getting.
Like he's had a tough life.
Some choice.
No. Hang on. You know, I have a great life.
Of course you do.
We're nitpicking now, okay? We all have a great life. Jim Norton has a great life.
Of course he does.
My band has a great. Well, we're nitpicking, okay? Yeah. And I can speak for Charlie and Adam when I say that we've been with the same women for a very long time. Mm-hmm. And so success is like, oh, shoes, fucking skirts, and hating you more. You guys both have 24, 25, 26-year-old girlfriends who have no idea how fucking incredible it is that you guys show up here at, 4 to 7? And do this job for all this money?
Jim
Norton does more work than you fucking assholes do.
That is correct.
He does.
You guys do nothing.
Don't blow up our spot. We converse for 4 hours a day and entertain our listeners.
And that's it. 4 hours here, and that's it.
4 hours.
All right.
Maybe gotta leave.
Maybe another half hour during the day.
Yeah.
No,
there you
bullshit.
go.
Maybe.
I said maybe.
No, I walked in maybe. Yeah, I walked in. You weren't even talking to each other. You both reading the paper separately, drinking coffee. Hey, how you guys doing?
We don't want to ruin the spot.
I thought you were under some pressure to come up with a bit before we came on. The fucking show doesn't start till 7 o'clock in the morning.
We knew we had you today. You guys are going to entertain for an hour.
Fucking horse.
You guys got to promote the Comedy Central
fucking
special.
Norton's flying around doing guest shots on Louis C.K.'s fucking Possible Show on HBO.
He's one of the guys. He's barely
He's
here.
working, the fucking guys, memorizing lines.
He flies back to do our show for a week.
I know. He's flying back to do this fucking show.
And then he goes back to LA for 2 weeks. So.
Fucking horse.
But he's going to be a big
star.
He's going to be leaving us soon.
I'm not leaving.
Yeah, you are.
I'm not.
Right now, she's in between jobs. What's wrong with that?
Nothing. No. I love you guys. It's democracy.
You know what it is? You got to.
It's why the troops are fighting.
The
so you two
can
show up at 7 and fuck around for 4 hours.
Why do you want to take my happiness away? I'm finally happy.
No, I'm not taking your happiness
away. The girlfriends have to stay on your schedule. Because if they're going to get a regular job, they can't listen to the show's shenanigans. And then by 11 o'clock.
Jim,
We're off of work,
Jim,
and they're supposed to
Jim.
be out until 4.
Let's be honest. You hate these two fucking assholes. You have to do it because it's your career. You have to be back here, but you fucking hate them, right?
No, not yet. I mean, I still...
He still needs us.
It's growing. It's a growing...
Old fucking coattail hopper over here.
Believe
this
me.
son of a bitch, when we were off for 2 years, it was Colin Quinn going, what the fuck's behind me?
Yeah, I know.
Jimmy Norton clinging to his trench coat until that fucking thing got thrown off, and then we're back on, and he's like, hi, I'm back in your life. I didn't talk to that fuck for 2 years.
You know what?
I'm a Puerto Rican train jumper. I go from rooftop to rooftop.
Can we say one thing?
Yeah.
Funny prick.
Of course he is.
Funny prick.
It's a good thing for him.
What do you mean? Good thing for you.
Because the way he jumps around, clinging to people's careers.
But at least he fucking writes. You show up at 7 o'clock with him.
Writes.
Right?
For his own act. Dude. He doesn't use that
and
shit
your
here.
Show.
He doesn't have to. Real life is good enough when Jimmy opens his mouth.
I'm not going to denigrate
because it's
Jimmy.
usually about some fucking tall guy with a wig knocking on his Saturn window.
Girl with a dick is much different than guy with wig. Please. Don't let a few bad apples spoil the bunch.
That's a big back you got there, lady. New hairs on it, too. You might want to wax that. Yeah, Jimmy's real life is better than anything you could possibly write down for this program.
You know, it's kind of freaky.
So what are we promoting today?
We're promoting
Comedy Central.
Dennis Leary's Merry Fucking Christmas, which is a Christmas special, which is on Comedy Central Sunday night at 10.
November 27th.
It's the anti-Christmas special for all those people out there who love to celebrate Christmas but hate the whole happy thing.
Oh, there's so many of those on
And
TV,
we'll get you a copy of the
we
video
gotta check
so
it
you can
out.
watch it, but it's really out
Good.
there.
We like it.
You happy with it?
We're very happy.
Yeah.
We have
You get some freedom from Comedy Central to do what you want?
We have the Peanuts Gang animated doing a special 4-minute thing called It's
Your Jihad, Charlie Brown.
Charlie Brown. Charlie Brown becomes a Muslim terrorist and blows up the whole Peanuts Gang.
Oh my God!
Finally, retribution.
So in animation, so it's out there.
Lots of guest stars on it.
Wait, did they see the script before they gave you the rights for that? Did the Schultz family just approve that? Or
We're waiting for the lawsuit.
Graphics and music.
So very watch it.
Shit.
So we're pushing that and the single, which is Merry Fucking Christmas. I think you guys have that, right?
Yes.
It's an EP.
Yeah. It's out in the stores now. It's
Very
Merry
cool.
Fucking Christmas and a couple of other choice bits
Odd
and
ends
stand-up and stuff. But mostly we're pushing the special right now.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
All right. You guys want to play a song or what?
Do you want to play the studio version or you want us to sing it live?
I'd love a live version.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We gotta go live.
You're telling us that we're not working.
Yeah.
You guys work a
in
little
here,
bit.
you got all the fucking musicians.
He showed up
And you're talking about playing the
We have another song we'll
Got the
sing
whole
for
band
you.
plugged.
We
in.
want to lip sync to it.
I thought you might want to play the studio version of that, and then we play the other song live.
We could do that then.
You want to
See,
do that?
he's just like, see, you're just like us. You
There's
don't want to
another
work
band
hard
member
either.
that we didn't
Play
introduce.
the
We have one more
studio
band
version
member
of
that we
and we'll
didn't
sing the other one
introduce,
now.
Alec Morton over here.
Yeah, what's he about?
Bass player. I keep my mouth shut. I'm just punching the clock.
That's what they usually do.
You know the band Raging Slab?
Raging
You
Slab.
can file them into a Where Were They Then file.
Yeah, bass player Raging Slab.
So play the studio version of Merry Fucking Christmas, then we'll play a live
I don't know,
version.
because then we have a lot to live up to if they hear the studio version.
No, we'll play
Maybe
the
we should
live
do the
version of
live
something
bit.
else.
Oh, all right.
Yeah,
A new song.
Well, that would be silly to play the studio version and then do it again live.
No, play the studio version.
We
then
want to
we'll
try
play
to get like 2 songs out of you today.
We have to. We have to.
Yeah.
All right.
We do?
All right. Yeah,
Because
we
I saw
do.
you guys at Avery Fisher Hall. I mean, the whole band, played 2 songs?
No.
The show was like 4.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a tough gig.
Hey, we had to memorize shit, asshole.
No, we didn't.
I was sitting in the audience.
Yeah, we had teleprompter. I'm sorry.
We have the words right here, for Christ's sake.
I was sitting in the audience. The Avery Fisher Hall, Dennis Leary hosted. It was great. All the guys that do our show were there, right? And the band was set up, and I'm thinking, wow, we're going to get a nice set from the band. I was thinking you guys got the easiest gig. Every 20 minutes they would come out and play one song and then walk off the stage.
Wait, you guys have the easiest gig.
And then you had a guy that had to place the mics on the stage. You guys weren't even allowed to touch your own mics.
I know,
Not allowed.
Move the mic.
Yeah, Lincoln Center rules, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking, man, these guys are barely working up there. 4 songs in 2.5 hours?
It's tough, I'm telling you.
Remember the old days humping your own shit?
Yeah.
It's over, huh? Look at you.
All right, so we'll play Merry Fucking Christmas?
Yes.
Want to do that one?
Please.
Off the Dennis Leary CD. Is there a name of it? It's the name
It's
of the CD,
called Merry
too?
Fucking Christmas.
All right, let's
That's
check
the name
this
of the
out.
special and the record.
name.
And then these guys will play live for us, all right?
Cool.
Old St. Nick's got bourbon breath. It's so cold you could catch your death. A cop sold me some crystal meth. It's a merry fucking Christmas. Everything's so Christmassy. The streets are twinkling with frozen pea. My priest just sat on Santa's knee. It's a merry fucking Christmas. All the kids go to bed each night to dream what Santa brings them. Unless they're Jewish or Muslim or some other gyp religion. Crappy toys flying off the shelves. Midgets dressed up to look like elves. Spread good cheer or burn in hell. It's a merry fucking Christmas. Kids go to bed each night to dream what Santa brings them. Unless they're Jewish or Muslim or some other gyp religion. Crackling fires to keep me warm. And my collection of Asian porn. Cradle my bells and work my horn. It's a keep on trucking. Last year sucking. Midget chucking. Slap the puckin'. How much wood could a woodchuck chuckin'? Merry fucking Christmas.
Wow.
Shut up.
Shut up.
Oh, you're over there now? Bravo.
Yeah, so we can use the mic.
That absolutely has the old feel of one of those great old
Christmas tunes.
Yeah,
That's the
like
idea.
you hear on the old Christmas specials of yesteryear.
But the language, Ant.
Yeah, that might have a
Really an
the
XM
kids.
Christmas song.
Yeah, the kids might have a problem with that.
We made a video to it as well.
Did ya?
It's just like the Rankin Bass.
Rankin Bass.
Yeah.
All those old specials.
That opens up the Christmas special, actually.
Yeah, you see a picture of it on the cover of the CD.
You just reminded me how much I hate Christmas.
We all grew up with that shit.
Well, you
It's
have to
great
watch
to
it.
parody it
It's all
now.
about hating Christmas and, you know.
There's so many people just watched that over and over. It was all there
the
was.
set looks like the old Andy Williams Christmas.
Oh, really? Oh, you did the whole thing up like that? That's fantastic. Because we grew up. That was the only shit there was.
You grew up on it, now throw up on it.
Very cool, man. How you guys think? It's so overrated, Christmas.
All right, we have another song to sing for you guys.
Yeah?
If you want to hear it. I think you guys already heard it at Lincoln Center. We wrote this in Dublin. We were doing a live gig there.
We wrote it at Soundcheck.
We wrote the Soundcheck in
See if
Dublin.
you can tell.
And we completed at the Soundcheck in New York at Lincoln Center.
Yeah.
And we haven't recorded it yet, but we like it.
I figure if we record it here, we can just we'll write it at Soundchecks and record it on the radio.
This is a song for everybody who wanted a happy song from my band, and we finally decided to write a happy-go-lucky type of song.
Yeah, at the end.
Is everybody ready?
Yes.
Yes.
Fuck you and everyone who looks like you. Fuck you, your sister and your mother too. You suck, and so does everything you say. Fuck off, 'cause no one likes you anyway. Eat shit and die right now. Why don't you blow me, pal? I'm giving you the finger, I'm flipping you off. So take this tune and stick it up your ass. Fuck you. And then horse you rode in on. Fuck you. That's the title of this song. My ass is ass, is ass, is ass. Your face, your face, your face, your face. My balls is balls,
His ball, his ball.
Your chin,
your chin, your chin, your chin.
That is a happy
Very
song.
cheery.
It's a feel-good song. Any song with a whistling part in it.
Oh, yeah.
That's a happy tune.
The fuck
Picks
you
you right
song.
up and
Could you do the horse sound effect again, please?
I am Mr. Ed.
Hello, Wilbur.
Hello, Wilbur. We try to write what people are feeling.
Yeah.
What they're thinking. Say it for them.
You know.
Foley set in here with the horse thing and the thunder and lightning.
All that for one song. 1 2-minute song.
Shows we care.
You guys want to hang for a little longer?
Sure. Oh, yeah.
We already worked too hard. We want to break already.
Hey, let's order out.
Yeah, you guys want to order breakfast and stuff?
Bacon, egg, and cheese on a roll?
Sure.
Sure.
It's easy as that. One of the plebes will get it.
What?
Are you just hoping the deli guys are listening? And
Yeah, and they send it. Yeah, we haven't figured that out
Are you
yet.
about to take a commercial break?
It's just a break.
What happens in
We
the
call
break?
it piss break.
We
What
call it a
happens?
piss break.
What happens in the break?
5 minutes of
They
dead
play
air.
like really bad promos for other things.
Oh,
For
really?
other channels.
And I think actually a couple commercials.
Well, can we say this?
Yeah.
Mhm. Sunday night,
Sunday
November
night.
27th at 10 o'clock.
Comedy Central.
Dennis
Very
Leary's Merry Fucking Christmas.
Sounds like it's going to be a great show.
Oh, they put it on at 10, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
Do you know why that November
Uh-oh.
27th is a good date? Because it's a perfect follow-up, because the 23rd to the 26th, I'm at Caroline's.
You are a fucking whore.
27th, Dennis' special on television, and the 23rd to the 26th,
You
I'm
gotta
doing
love
Club
Jim.
Date.
He's
I forgot.
always thinking of the plug.
I
called
forgot
it
what a
So,
whore he
right
is.
when you're done, Saturday night at like we're at 2 o'clock in the morning, Sunday morning actually, when you're done, they should start thinking about, hey, later tonight,
Right.
at 10 o'clock on Comedy Central, fuck Jim Norton, it's the Merry Fucking Christmas Dennis Leary special.
And we still need to sell a few tickets. Rumors are Dennis may stop in and do a guest set.
You never know. You never know.
I think we know.
We got to go to the phones here. Seth in New Jersey. Seth, what's up?
Hey, guys, you guys suck. What's up, Little Norton?
Hi, fella.
Hey, I was actually just curious to know what the name of the CD is and where I could pick it up.
It's
I
called-
love the fucking holidays.
It's called Dennis Leary's Merry Fucking Christmas, and it's in record stores everywhere right now.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
You got to slip it into the shuffle at Grandma's at the CD player over there for the holidays.
Let's go to Dallas. Jonathan, what's up?
What's up?
Hey.
Hey, Dennis,
Yeah.
sing the asshole song.
You want to hear the asshole song?
I want to hear the asshole song.
Here you go. Ready?
All right.
Ad, you ready?
Yeah.
Go for it.
Hang on.
Oh, like,
Hang
yeah,
on.
yeah.
Go ahead. My
Yeah, it
guitar
sounds
player
like
has
they're
to
gonna be playing
his
it.
guitar.
Come
Ready?
on. Ready?
Here we go. Happy? I'm just a regular Joe with a regular job. I'm your average white suburbanite slob. I like football and porno and books about war. Average house with a nice hardwood floor. My wife and my job, my kids and my car, my feet on my table, and a Cuban cigar. But sometimes that just ain't enough to keep a man like me interested. Oh, no. No way. No, I've got to go out and have fun at someone else's expense. Oh, yeah. Yeah. I drive really slow in the ultra-fast lane while people behind me are going insane. I'm an asshole. He's an asshole. I'm an asshole. He's an asshole. Sometimes I park in handicapped spaces while handicapped people make handicapped faces. I'm an asshole. He's an asshole. I'm an asshole. He's the world's biggest asshole. A-S-S-H-O-L-E. Everybody.
A-S-S-H-O-L-E.
I'm an asshole, and I'm not Troy Aikman.
Yeah. I didn't didn't think you guys were really going to sing it.
Neither did we.
That's a tough song to sing in the morning. And you guys pulled it off.
I know.
He's had enough cigarettes.
I wasn't ready for that one, man.
Enough smokes.
All right, why don't we take a piss break and we'll continue with Dennis Leary.
What piss break? It's 7 to 11. Come on.
We drank water and
piss. Grab a bottle and piss into it. For all the money you're getting fucking paid, you need a piss break? I can't fucking believe this.
All right, we can talk hockey.
Right.
We can talk football.
Let's take a piss break.
We could,
I'm sending my next check
You need
back.
a piss break.
No, I'm not taking a piss break.
We're not going to take it now.
I'm not cashing my next check.
All right, now we're not taking
Now
a
you
break.
make me feel guilty.
We're going to make you sing Zeppelin songs now.
Do you guys sometimes
do something from Zeppelin?
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
When you guys are sitting around taking this whole fucking thing for granted, and Jim, and your fucking 22-year-old girlfriends that you're fucking bopping left and right with your fucking money, and meanwhile, this is a comeback from you pissed off God at St. Patrick's, and you still get the same gig, you know, and you can say fuck. Okay.
By the way, we never missed a paycheck either.
Yeah, I know.
You didn't?
I didn't want to mention that.
Oh, sorry.
The whole time you were getting fucking paid. Do you guys does it ever dawn on you to think, like, you know what? We really have it good. We shouldn't take piss breaks. You push a button and a guy from Dallas goes, hey, could you play the ass? A guy in Dallas.
That's the easiest job.
A guy in Dallas is
A guy in Dallas did my job today.
Yeah,
I know.
You're fucking a 22-year-old, and you need a piss break. We just started, for Christ's sake. You fucking whore.
Another little secret.
I'm not including Jim Norton. You know, I have so much more respect for Jim Norton this morning. You two fuckers.
Let me explain. We've been doing a lot of really good radio lately, and this is a short week because it's Thanksgiving, so we're kind of just
you need
hanging
a piss
out.
break because it's...
No, we're just kind of hanging out this week.
We're on cruise control.
We're on cruise control.
I know for a fact this is the way it is every fucking week. And I know if I talk to Jim Norton, who needs this fucking gig, behind the scenes, he would tell me, those fuckers don't write anything. I write new fucking material. I fly back and forth from L.A. I'm doing the Louis fucking C.K. show. These cocksuckers do nothing except fuck 22-year-olds. And then go, hey, play the asshole song. Hey, let's go to Dallas. Let's go to San Antonio, you fuckers.
Our goal is to have a 4-hour show where we actually do nothing.
You do nothing.
That is the final...
do nothing.
No.
Attaining.
Eventually, we're going to replace us.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's going to still be called the Opie and
Like
Anthony
franchise
show.
it out.
Yeah, we're going to franchise it out.
Right. It's a blonde guy and a fucking dark-haired guy.
That's all we need.
That's all. They don't know what we really look like.
I remember the old show.
Hey, let's go to Brian and I.
Don't change the subject, you fucker. I remember the old show. There was a lot more writing, a lot more tension, a lot more worry. Yeah, there was.
Just last week, we had a guy sniff a homeless hooker's ass.
That's true.
All right, you know what? I take it all back.
You can't, this woman came in and just stunk to high hell. And
she didn't have a shower for months, and we got her completely
It cost us $11
Bill here today?
to have her take her clothes off.
Who smelt the ass?
Spread her ass cheeks, and this guy put his nose 1 inch from her ass.
What guy?
This guy.
Billy. Here he is.
Creep.
Billy? Hey, Bill, how are you?
You know Dennis Leary?
How old are you, Bill?
Serial killer.
21. He has no fucking job, no fucking house, no car, no credit cards. You're fucking using him. You guys should have smelt the fucking homeless ass. For the money you're getting paid, you make this poor fucking kid do it and scar him for life.
Go paying your dues.
She must have been a pretty bad hooker if she was homeless.
Oh, really bad.
They make money.
Wait, it wasn't even hooker for us. No, it was like
she
was.
It was $5 for a blowjob.
She was more like if you got a 40,
$5. Where is she now?
She'll let you fuck her.
It was $5 for a blowjob and $10 for the ass, I think.
What did it smell like?
It smelled like fucking hell. Like something out of like a Marquis de Sade book.
Thank you, Dennis Miller.
Jesus.
Scratching sniffers. The Sade.
You pronounce the E.
Yeah.
It's the Sade.
Who cares?
I like Sade.
I liked his rotting dumpster behind McDonald's analogy was a little better.
Sorry.
It's that kind of the rancid meat thing that you said.
Hey, let's go to John in Jersey. John?
Siegel.
Hey, morning, boys. Happy birthday, little Jim.
Oh, thanks, John.
What's up, John?
Jimmy's birthday.
Hey, I just wanted to know if Leary's the one that's got, if he wants to see what that homeless hooker smelled like, just smell his headphones. He's probably got them on.
Oh, wait. Yeah, what does your headphones say?
What's my headphones say?
Do they say Ben?
They say Ben?
No.
Uh-oh. And one other thing, boys.
You have the homeless headphones.
John?
What am I supposed to be doing with
washing your hair?
Not holding them.
Yeah. That would be the answer.
There's nothing like a home perm, huh?
That was the homeless hooker's headphones that day,
Oh, my
yes.
God.
And she had some kind of itchy thing.
That's
nice.
right. You take a few friends home with you.
Nice.
Why did you smell her?
Boys.
Yes, John.
You're ripping off Howard with the acoustics.
Oh, right. Yeah, we forgot about that.
Yeah, there was a thing, I guess Howard got on the air and said he invented everything. We know that. The cotton gin, peanut oil,
breathing,
the acoustic guitar.
Walking. So he actually said, this is no shit, he actually said on his show that MTV Unplugged was ripping him off because no one ever had musicians come in and play acoustically on radio before him. Actually said that.
Yeah, that whole folk movement.
That was nothing.
That Grand Ole Opry.
I seem to remember a decade called the 70s.
Well, we worked at WNEW, a legendary rock station here, and they have a whole room dedicated to live performances.
Scott Muni would have Lennon come in.
I love Howard, but Howard needs to get out of the house more.
Yeah,
you know,
got to wake up a little bit.
I think
and BCN was doing the same thing. They had a bunch of artists coming through over the years. You got to realize it's and every other rock station in America.
By the way, who gives a fuck? All right, file under who gives a fuck.
It was just very funny though for us. Now we're gonna go to Niagara Falls.
Yeah,
Brian.
Jump.
Hey, Mr. Leary.
Yeah.
Are you guys making a third season of Rescue Me?
Oh, good
yes,
question.
we are.
When's it coming out?
It's coming on the air in April.
Hey, you got a little role for us, maybe?
No.
What about the...
Damn it! Yeah, we have a great role. We show up at 7 o'clock. Don't memorize any lines. Walk through where the cameras are. Say whatever the fuck you want. And then go home.
Can't we just walk on a sidewalk or something?
Sure you could.
Give us something.
Yeah.
I don't need
Tell you what,
background.
just walk around New York and we'll show up
Eventually.
and film you. I don't want you guys to have to exert yourselves.
Eventually they'll be filming.
Let Norton go home and write fucking 20 minutes of new material, and we'll show up outside your apartment and just shoot you without you knowing about it.
I'd like a part on that
while
show.
you're fucking your 22-year-old girlfriend.
Pretty ballsy killing off your kid on the show. Whose idea was that?
By the way, one thing I'll say, okay, in this argument, at least he's miserable. When I see him out in public or something, he's kind of like, how you doing? You're always so fucking happy. Last time I saw you was with the girlfriend. You were like, hey, it's my girlfriend. She's 22. I was like...
I didn't say how old she was, but I'm very happy. I used to be the prick.
You're too happy.
I like being happy. I spent many years being miserable.
I'm not miserable unless I'm being blown off by
when the fuck
celebrities.
Are you miserable?
Jimmy?
Like Dennis Leary.
Misery makes him happy.
I'm not miserable unless I'm being blown off by celebrities like Dennis Leary at events in Boston.
When was he miserable?
I'll tell you when he was miserable.
Thanks, Jimmy. Help me out.
It was back in 2003. It was a Tuesday. And he actually looked at his bank account and threw up and then realized it was mine he saw by accident.
Thank you, Jim.
Thanks for the help, Jim. Let's say hi to Dave in Oceanside. Dave.
Hey, guys, what's up?
Hey.
What's up, Dave?
Hey, does Dennis even realize that you guys are going to go out like Andy Kaufman? You're just going to be sitting back at home, and you're going to have your doppelganger sitting on the air. We know it. We know it's going to happen.
We're going to get Tony Clifton to do our show.
Exactly.
That would be
all right, Dave.
Have a good one, guys.
See you later.
Awful, but it killed 30 seconds. Thanks. Cool. Let's say hi to Ryan in Florida.
Hey, good morning, Dennis, man.
How are you?
Oh, great. I'm going to go out and buy 3 of those CDs, man. Glad to have you back. Don't ever go politically correct, man.
Yeah, that won't happen.
Good rally cry, sir.
He actually liked that you guys played asshole. He thought it was great. So, hockey. What do you think? What do you think of the new rules, Dennis?
I don't like it.
Why?
Because there's not enough hitting. There's not enough fighting.
There's no fighting.
And I'm sick and tired of seeing 5-on-3 with 3 minutes left in the game.
Right.
You know? But I understand they're trying to establish the rules to a certain point, and then they'll lay off. And
I don't understand why there's no more fighting.
Well, because...
What was the rule change there that is preventing people from beating the shit out of each other?
Well, the rule change is you can't hit a guy in front of the net right now, which leads to a lot of fighting.
Yeah, of course,
you start, hitting the guy and whatever. So it'll even out, I think, as the season goes on. Right now, it's pretty boring. So
what happens if you hit a guy?
You hit a guy, you get a penalty right now, which is not hockey.
And there are a lot of
basketball.
There are a lot of 5-on-3s.
A lot of 5-on-3s.
A lot of 5-on-3s.
So right now, it's kind of gay hockey.
Are the Bruins doing well? I don't even know.
No, they suck.
My Islanders.
But thanks for asking.
Okay.
Yeah, it's great.
Rangers just beat them, right?
Rangers are doing great, you know. So.
And the Islanders.
Yeah.
And well, we got
You
more.
still put the skates on, though, right?
Yep.
It's amazing.
Why?
Why?
I like to hit people.
Yeah.
In hockey,
Now
you can hit
he'll
them
hit.
without getting, arrested. So I like
the hockey scenes between the fire department and the police department on the show are fucking hysterical.
Yeah,
So
they are. They're
when
based in reality.
When you were being nice guy, and they couldn't understand it, like you were
right,
insulting them by
right.
not coming back
Right.
at them. Very funny show.
I like to hit people.
And I love that fucking TiVo, man. Because I don't know how the people that do the show, make the show, sell the show, I don't know what they feel about it, but every series is now a film festival to me. It's a marathon.
Right.
I can sit there and watch back-to-back Rescue Me from the first episode of the season to the last, and that's it. Commercials, bye-bye.
Right.
Bye-bye. What happened? What's going to happen next week? What's going to happen in a minute? Because that's all I got.
That's the future of TV.
I love it.
DVR
On
is
demand,
amazing.
the DVR.
24, The Sopranos, whatever you watch, Family
amazing.
Guy, whatever you watch.
And what your new season's coming out in March? You said?
Yeah, the third season starts in April. The second season DVD comes out in March.
It's unique to see a show that's actually putting out a new season within a 5-year period. Isn't that fantastic?
I know.
Now we got to wait. The fucking HBO. Hey, God bless you, Jimmy. I hope it works out for you. You're going to be like 60 for season 2.
I don't
the way they work their fucking series there.
I don't
now,
get
The
that.
Sopranos takes 3 years off.
Yeah,
Then you got
it's
to show
crazy.
Deadwood, which we kind of get into. Instead of making new second and third seasons, they just put new shows out there to try to entertain you.
I don't know what
Deadwood,
that's
I got
about.
caught up in that. All of a sudden, year. We'll wait. And now Rome. I got all caught up in Rome. Last night was the season finale of Rome, and I'm hearing next year. It's in real time of Rome. You're going to have to actually live through a few hundred fucking years to see what Rome's all about. Your kids will know.
Your kids will tell you what happened.
Pain in the ass, fucking HBO.
I know.
Once you knock them into shape, you got a parking space with your name stenciled on the fucking...
I don't know. I just agree with all programming decisions they make.
Of course
I don't see
you do.
any problem with that.
Faggot.
So you guys going to play something from Led Zeppelin 3 or what?
Led Zeppelin 3. I hate
That's the
I was
acoustic
never a
album.
Led Zeppelin fan.
You didn't like Led Zeppelin?
No, I liked them, but I was not a big fan.
Do you prefer Sabbath?
Nope.
What was the band growing up for you?
The Who.
Stones first, Beatles second, Kinks third, Clash fourth.
Who?
The Who.
Yeah,
The Who.
The Who, good.
The Who.
He hates The Who.
Why?
He hates
How can you hate the Who?
Hates Don't like them.
Why?
Because they stink.
They're not
They
Sabbath.
stink.
Jimmy, sing one of the songs.
Come on, my generation is awful.
No, what about the one you usually do for us?
Oh,
wow.
Who?
That's late Who. That's
Who? I don't care. It's who. Late, early, or fucking mid-season. Who are you? Who?
Keith Moon.
Quadrophenia.
Keith Moon.
Shit's great.
Who's next? One of the greatest albums ever
They're a
made.
great band. I'm not saying they weren't a great band. I just
That
didn't
is
like
a great
them.
record.
Right?
I didn't like them. I didn't enjoy them at all. I did not enjoy them at all. My that right.
All right. You know what? Let's talk, you want to talk about fucking bad bands?
Yes.
All right. Let's talk about fucking Genesis and fucking Yes. And
Yes stinks.
And the guy from Yes who had his own double live album, Rick Wakeman, the keyboard player. Come on.
Yeah.
What was that big song for years? Roundabout was fucking awful.
God.
Yes, very nichey, but
Awful.
it had its place back in the time. You could clean your pot off of their
I've
album
never heard
covers.
anybody
They are great album covers for pot.
I've never heard anybody say the Who sucks.
Yeah,
Ever.
he's the only one I've ever
Except
heard.
Roger Daltrey when he was high and with Pete Townsend in a bar.
And
Pete doesn't
numerous
even
times over the course
I had
of
a
the last
fucking dream that I met Roger Daltrey the other night. We were walking down the street.
That's a gay dream.
No. This is really creepy. I followed him down the street. And
Because you wanted to fuck him.
I had to go get my camera.
No, let's be honest.
Dude, I had to go get my camera, and I came back to the place, and he was in the bathroom taking a shit.
See?
That's my fucking
That is the most
dream.
homoerotic
No, it's
dream.
not.
Those are dreams you keep to yourself.
No, but it wasn't a gay thing. It was just a weird
No, that's a gay thing.
No, it wasn't.
It's a gay thing.
It was a scatological shit gay thing.
Yeah.
Well, when you put it like that.
Roger Daltrey flinging shit.
You
at
hate the Who because you want to fuck Roger Daltrey.
Right.
That's what we've surmised.
I've never been a
in
Who
the
fan.
ass. You want to fuck him. You don't want him fucking you.
I'll get blood all over my
That was
suit.
him taking the shit signified.
Shit, fuck that.
The shit was your dick.
If he's screwing you in the ass, you'll start going, hoo, hoo,
Rock opera.
Hey,
All of a sudden, that song will make sense.
speaking of music, you hear they caught Gary Glitter, right? Yeah, he was in Vietnam.
Oh my God!
No, you got to hear the latest on Gary. He got the first thing was in England, and I guess he was at home. His computer fucked up. He takes it to the computer repair shop.
Right.
They go to fix it, and actual children, naked children, pour out of his fucking computer. Not even the hard drive. They find more kiddie porn on this thing, and they lock him up for a while.
Right.
They let him out. And he goes where? Southeast Asia, the kiddie porn fucking
capital of the world,
children mecca.
Yeah.
And they find him there. He actually got kicked out of Cambodia, I think, or Thailand.
Cambodia.
Right. By the way,
Cambodia. How do you get kicked out of Cambodia?
To get kicked out of Cambodia, you have to really fuck a lot of kids.
That's a sick motherfucker.
Wow. You have to fuck a lot of kids.
Yeah. A lot of kids.
Do you want to touch?
But you know, the weird thing is, every musician I've talked to about that, every guy says the same thing. Like, well, it was chicks.
Yeah. They were girls. Right. He's not into little boys. He's into little girls.
To get thrown out of Cambodia, you have to fuck a baby with an I Break for Paul Pot T-shirt.
What they do, they send in the Hueys and just play da-na-na-na-na-na, hey, and see which kids start crying. See, this is why we're paid the big bucks. All
right,
now they earn the money.
Now we see the magic.
All right, you see it?
You see that fucking hymen come apart, man? Hey, that's how the kook testifies.
I question why. Now we know.
See?
You pull a Paul Pot fucking reference out of your ass, a fucking hymen or two, now you're worth the money.
I love the smell of bloody diapers in the morning.
Jimmy, see now.
You make each other better.
See now.
You make each other better.
Do it for Gary Glitter.
But they found Gary Glitter, right?
They found him, finally?
I believe
he was
so,
on the
right?
lam.
They caught him.
I think they caught him.
They got him.
Gary Glitter doesn't seem like the guy who could really last in the jungle being chased by the Cambodian army.
Those heels are a bitch in the sand.
Not quite soldier wear.
Let's say hi to
Good
John
for him.
in New York. John, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, Dennis?
Hey there, Jenny.
Hey, John.
I just want to talk to Dennis a minute. I'm a New York City firefighter, and I love his work. I mean, he's a great. I think everything he does is funny. He makes me laugh. He's hysterical. But I have to say that a lot of firemen are upset over the portrayal of them being drunks and totally dysfunctional on the show. Just want to let you know.
Yeah. No, I know.
No, okay. I just want to let you know, because, I mean, it is a funny show.
I know.
Well, this comes up from time to time.
How many times do you hear this?
Right?
Either guys love it, it's such an accurate portrayal, or, dude, you're kind of making us look bad.
Yeah, I know.
And that's what they say.
You know, unfortunately, my subject matter might be whatever it is, but I've always been true. The best comedy, the best drama comes from reality. So if there's a guy or two on the show who might be flawed in terms of how people, watch the show and take the characters in, I'm not making this shit up, guys.
Right.
And this is what makes we're not making Ladder 49 or Backdraft here. We're making a real fire show. So the guys are flawed, but the forgiving factor is the fact that they go to work every day and they love the job and they save lives, and that's what they're about. And, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. I got firefighters in my family. I have some of my best friends. One of my best friends from the last 20 years is a firefighter in New York, still working right now. Nobody's perfect. That's what makes the show interesting. And
wow, this
I'm sorry if you look in the mirror and it hurts, but
if it wasn't for the dirt, there'd be no show. So.
There'd be no show.
That's what he wants. He wants the show where it's the firefighter with the family who does his job, goes home.
That's not my show. That's not my show.
Jeez, this show sucks. It's so boring. This guy just goes home to his family.
One of the best things I can say to solve that problem for guys is a friend of mine whose father was a 40-year veteran of the FDNY, retired now. He had 3 sons. All 3 became New York City firefighters. 2 still working. 1 died 9/11. He loves the show, and he watches it every week, and he loves every aspect of it. So, and he was a great firefighter, and he's almost 70 years old now. So if he loves the show, I know I'm doing the right thing. So if you have a problem, I understand, but I'm not out to make a fake show. I'm out to make a real show.
Yeah.
So.
And you do a much nicer portrayal of fireman than that Peter Bronstein did on Halloween.
Did they catch that guy, by the way?
No,
he's still on the
Where
is he?
No.
How can they not have that guy in
How do
custody?
they not have him?
I have no idea.
He's still on the lam, as they
This
say.
little Jewish guy running around, and they can't find him.
He studied David Berkowitz.
Oh, did he really?
Yeah.
Now, here's the latest on this guy. Apparently, he got some explosives off the Internet. He's running around. He's got that in his possession. And he apparently has this scripted. He kind of scripted out this whole scenario of the rape and him running from the law.
Well, that's because he's a Jewish serial killer, and, we plan.
He had
We go to work in the morning,
This
sit
is
down,
his pitch.
Wait, you're singing Christmas songs and you're Jewish?
Nobody does Christmas like the Jews, my friend.
What, the Jews can't do Christmas?
No, they
can't. That's so prejudiced.
2 words for you, Irving Berlin.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say.
Thank you.
If it wasn't for the Jews, it probably wouldn't be a Christmas.
It wouldn't be a Christmas.
All right, getting back to this. I'm sorry, Anthony. I was just shocked that there's a Jew in the band.
He's just running around, and they can't get him. And apparently it's scripted. Like, he has scripted the whole thing. The father is embarrassed all hell, and he's saying, please don't shoot him when you get him, but get him. He's obviously got problems. The mother just spoke up the other day and said, he did nothing wrong. Leave my boy alone and stop trying to catch him.
No,
my son's sensitive.
Here's the
He's
thing.
a poet.
My son, the rapist.
I don't understand it because my mom, God love her, who's 80 and Irish immigrant and a saint. But my mom, if you walked in the house and said, we think Dennis killed 15 people, she'd go, I knew it. My mom would never back me up that way. I knew he was burying bodies, that son of a bitch. Where do they get these moms who go, oh, my son did nothing wrong?
He
I didn't
did
have
nothing.
that mom.
Stop
He
chasing
did
him.
everything. He killed the Jews.
Yeah, same thing. I know. My mother, she put the fear in me when I was a kid to, stay out of jail. She goes, you could go to school if you want to do drugs, if you want to hang out with bad people and do illegal things and go to jail, fine. She goes, don't think I'm coming there to get you out. And that stuck with me through, my teen years. I'm driving around, maybe doing a few things I shouldn't do. And before I really went over the edge, you'd go that would pop back into my head and go, I'm going to be standing there in jail. I ain't got a pot to piss in, window to throw it out to bail me out. I'd make that call to my mother, and she'd go, no, I told you. Remember? You were 8 when I told you, and I'm sticking to it. Nothing. Just leave me there to rot.
I just can't believe they don't got this guy yet.
How did she feel about the St. Patrick's thing?
Yeah.
We don't have to talk about that.
That was...
I knew you were going to get in trouble with the church, you son of a bitch.
She was more concerned about, my job and whether I'd be moving back in with her or something. No, Mom, I'm fine. I had to make the call from Opie's house. I'm like, no, everything's fine. Before you read about shit in the news, I told her what happened, my version of it, a little, came down. It was something. We were passing by some church.
These assholes went out and went to the church and had sex.
And nothing to do about it, but we'll be fine. We're getting jobs back. Don't worry about that, Ed. And I hung up and just looked at
5 years later.
Yeah.
I remember telling my parents, it really wasn't ass sex.
Yeah. It wasn't ass sex. It was front-to-front vaginal intercourse.
They're saying it was ass sex, but it really wasn't.
Newspapers are reporting anal. We would never do that.
We would never do that.
Just rub a little clear stuff on the cheeks.
We would never have people have anal sex in the church.
Let's say hi to G-Man.
They're not priests.
Yeah, exactly.
G-Man on Long Island.
Yeah, how you doing, boy?
All right.
Hey, man.
Good morning. Good morning, Dennis.
Hey, how are you?
Sweetie.
Hi, fella.
Listen, I wanted to ask Dennis a few questions regarding the new episodes of Rescue Me, man. I just love that show. I think it's so great that somebody's doing something. And you know what? Give it a light on the case of 9/11. It's not all negative stuff. And, the newspapers, all that shit portrays it as being horrible. But what's coming for us, man? What's going on?
Basically, all right, I'll help G-Man out. Any, teases for Season 3, Dennis?
That's right.
I don't want to give anything away, so I'll just say it's going to be outrageous and insane.
Oh, they haven't written anything yet. Okay. That question.
See, there you go.
We got to hit. These motherfuckers will watch anything.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
He knows
we can post for 2 more fucking
exactly. That show works the same way as this show.
Exactly. He knows exactly what we're about. Dennis knows. He's seeing himself right now.
We can coast.
What's amazing is The Job, which everyone loved.
Yeah.
Wasn't a success, technically.
Well, I mean, that's
critically acclaimed.
What's funny is that it was critically acclaimed. It had an average of between 7 and 9 million viewers a week, right? So
and that's not a hit.
Now I have a hit show that's critically acclaimed and based on the original viewing per week on Tuesday night this past season. It averages 4 or 5 million viewers, and it's a huge hit.
Yeah.
So it's like it's
That's amazing.
Crazy Nielsen,
network thing too.
I'm glad the job got canceled though, because we wouldn't have done Rescue Me without the show being canceled.
Was that ABC?
That was ABC.
Yeah, Adam Ferrara feels the same way.
Yeah, he's so happy.
He's glad
that
it's canceled.
Job is canceled.
So that Rescue Me. Well, you don't need a little Italian firefighter in there.
Adam's going through a tough time right now.
Someone that needs help carrying the hose up.
He just did Comics Come Home up in Boston with us.
Yeah, I just saw him Saturday.
Yeah, funny guy.
Went to a show.
Funny guy.
All right, let's go to Utah. John?
Utah?
Yeah, Joe from Utah. I like toast, but you guys are killing me. I was getting ready to go to bed. I've been driving all night. And I figured, I'll just listen to the show opener. And then as soon as the music gets Dennis comes on, now I'm going to be up for 4 hours. You guys got me hooked in again today.
He's insulting us.
Two words.
It's a backhanded
Two words,
compliment.
pal.
Yeah.
Crystal meth. All right? I know there's a lab somewhere near you. How many wives do you have?
Yep,
I have one that I can barely keep up with that.
Maybe we should have promoted that you were actually coming on the show today.
Yeah, it might have been a good idea. Yeah.
By the way, I'm going to say that guy...
We get a good guest on the show. We don't even promote
He complimented Dennis, but he insulted us. He put our show on to fall asleep.
Yeah, he did.
And then when Dennis came on, he realized he had to stay awake.
Right.
Thanks, you fuck, you hump. I hope you crash.
That's our secret marketing strategy.
Yeah.
Watch this to fall asleep. Lee in Arizona. Lee.
Hey, Dennis, I just want to tell you, a great fucking show. I mean, me and my dad watch it all the time. I'm a volunteer fireman from New Jersey. We both are. My dad's been a fireman for 20 years, and I was one for 2 years before I moved out here. And just want to tell you, it's a great show. I mean, it's to a T. I mean, us as firemen, we used to go out every night and get fucking drunk. So
volunteer fireman? So you start the fires so you can put them out?
No.
Those are all the Long Island volunteer firemen. Jesus, how many of those crazy bastards? They start their own fires. You always find out later on that there's this volunteer fireman that's torching
Well, it's a hobby.
You want to be a hero.
Yeah. Oh, we got the trucks.
Sure.
A little slow.
All right, there you go. He loves it there.
That's what old Davey Berkowitz did, He was a firebug before he was...
Was he really?
Yeah, before he finally put it all together.
Oh, good to see.
He thought he would go and just watch the fires burn. What a bunch of fucking creeps people are.
Let's go to James in Jersey.
Jim Norton, ladies and gentlemen.
Really out on the edge there telling people that David Berkowitz was a creep.
I take risky social stances. John Wayne Gacy shouldn't have killed kids. I don't care what people say. I really am on the middle of the road to nothing.
Let's go to James. James, what's up?
Hey, man, I just got XM, and it's the first time I'm hearing you guys since you went off the air. Man, I fucking missed you guys so much.
Where you been?
See, that's why we're not...
They've been back on the air for like a year and a half, 2 years now.
He's missing a little over a year. That's why we're not working hard yet. We're still waiting for everyone to get their XMs, and then we'll give them the A material.
We'll get up early.
Where do you live, mister?
Carlstadt. Giant Stadium? Right next to it.
All right.
All right.
Thank you, sir. There's a couple more here, and then we'll move on to something else, I guess. Craig in Cape May.
Hey, guys, how are you?
All right.
Good.
Dennis, what a great show. I just want to find out, how did you get away with doing the sensitivity class on TV?
We just wrote it and did it.
That's how
that
TV works.
It's like Merry Fucking Christmas, the Christmas special. We don't really think about what we can't say. We just write the stuff and then
do it.
I guess we assume we can do it, right? Yeah.
So far, it's worked.
Yeah. So,
All right.
I love the fact that these non-major 3 network shows are all getting so much heat because they're fucking taking chances. It's so great just to see like fucking ABC, CBS, and NBC fucking getting
That's the struggle. The public wants this type of shit. That's why satellite radio's off.
You know what? I don't even listen to regular radio anymore. I have XM, and that's it. I go CNN, BBC, World News.
202.
I go
202.
Ethel.
202.
I go. I mean, music-wise, forget about it.
202.
202. Yeah.
I'll just say 202.
202.
All right.
And
202.
once you get a satellite feed in your car, you'll never go back.
You don't go back. That's what that's what we try to tell some people.
Because we can say fuck and cunt and pussy and tits and what else, guys? Shit,
motherfucker,
malarkey,
blowjobs and
malarkey, good word.
Ball sack,
homeless woman's asshole,
tank.
I heard a guy last night use a thing. He fucked a girl in Hunts Point without a rubber, and he called it raw dogging.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah,
I never heard that expression.
Wow, no rubber in Hunts Point.
Isn't that actually
That's a ballsy motherfucker, man.
Yep. That's the name of Jim Brewer's show, actually, on Sirius. Is that Raw Dog? Or the Raw Dog channel or something, yeah. It's great.
All right, we got to do the old wrap-up. Where are you guys off to next?
This
is back to bed?
We're going to a couple of satellite radio tours. But Sunday night, November 27th, 10 o'clock, Comedy Central, Dennis Leary's Merry Fucking Christmas. The record is in stores now. Dennis Leary's Merry Fucking Christmas, and that's it.
You'll laugh.
You'll cry.
Our new song is called Fuck You. It's not recorded yet, but it will be out next year.
I want to play something else off the CD. Give me something.
Deaf Mute Cocktail Party.
Deaf
Mute Cocktail Party.
All right, track 3. Good. All right, we'll play this going in a break. But, Dennis, thank you. It's always a pleasure.
Guys,
always.
thank
the band,
you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. So much fun.
Thanks
and
very
the band turns out to be actually have a personality and funny guys. Bands are never like that. There's one guy coming. No, they're not. They come in, the one guy, either the lead singer or whatever it is, can sit there and rap a little bit, and then the other guy's either too cool for the room or they're just so, like, music in their head that nothing else can fit in there.
Except for the Who.
It's rock and it's an opera.
All right, with that, Dennis, thank you so much, guys. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Continued success. We'll go to break with this.
infected.
We got Francine in studio. You ready for the news, Francine?
Yeah. Hi, Francine.
Hello, Anthony. Hello.
You like Anthony better than me.
What about Bill?
I said hi to Bill.
Hey, how are you?
I love your show. The Chappelle Show is great.
Oh, a way to bring it up.
What do you mean?
If Dave Chappelle didn't decide to go away for a while, it would still be doing that show.
I wouldn't be hanging out doing this shit.
It's a soft subject with him.
Oh, I'm sorry. I really liked it, though. I just want to say I liked it.
Sore.
Yeah, I mean, it was just like...
Sore. It's a great moment in my life, and now it's over, and I was just, starting to not, think about it every day. And didn't Ben tell you? Good job.
No, he didn't tell me.
Everyone has been told around here not to mention that.
You ever heard us bring it up?
No, I haven't.
We haven't even asked Bill the question everyone asked Bill. What's Chappelle up to? We don't even ask, because we know it bothers him. And you had to just casually say that to him.
I'm sorry.
Fuck them.
Yeah, I didn't know. I know it's funny. I still liked it, though. It was great.
But he doesn't want to hear that.
There it is again.
Francine, this is not a bit. He doesn't want to hear that.
Okay.
Yeek.
All right.
Apologize to him.
I'm sorry, Bill.
A little late. It's a little fucking late.
Oh, this is a little uncomfortable.
I'm sorry, Bill.
I told you to not fucking bring it up. They're testing you.
Oh.
Don't ever bring it up again.
Okay.
Don't even make eye contact with me for the rest of this week, okay? Fucking look at the floor.
What aren't you supposed to bring up as far as Bill Burr goes from now on? So we know for next time. Because some people are saying you're dumb. I want them to know you're not dumb.
That you know and won't be bringing this up anymore.
Right.
I believe it's the Chappelle Show.
Jesus fucking Christ! How many fucking times?
Francine.
I was just getting past this fucking shit.
Don't bring it up.
Unfucking believable.
Don't.
Okay.
Now you know, finally, you do know that this is off limits.
Okay.
Verboten. Never again be brought up. Ever.
Okay.
All right, why don't we get this out of the way? Repeat after me, Francine.
Yep.
I, Francine.
Hi, Francine.
Will never.
Well, never.
While Bill Burr is in studio.
While Bill Burr is in studio.
Bring up the Dave Chappelle Show.
Bring up the Chappelle Show.
Oh, my God. Get her out of here.
The Opie and Anthony Show is celebrating the best bits since arriving at XM Satellite Radio in 2004. These memorable moments shaped our year, brightened our spirits, and warmed our cockles. And there's nothing quite like hot cockles.
You are an ass.
Land of Confusion by Disturbed.
I bought the CD. I had to.
Did you really?
Yes,
How's the rest of the CD?
Very good.
Very cool. I think they're going to stop in when they're in the New York area and do the show. I would love for them to just plug in and just rock.
Yeah. They could play the game 3 inches from my face and I'd enjoy it.
I don't even want to hear I don't want to hear this stuff acoustically. Let Howard have the acoustic thing. He invented that. I want Disturbed to plug the fuck in and just rock.
Yeah.
Rock. I want to piss off some people. Open up the windows, piss off the janitor across the street, and have a good old time with Disturbed when they're in the New York area. We'll try to make that happen. Dennis Leary's still here. He's in a back office. He's in Ron Fez's office doing, regular radio interviews. He's got to be having a blast with that.
Yeah.
Jimmy Norton back in town.
We couldn't be happier. C-bomb on some of those stations by accident.
Oh, that'd be great. Jimmy's here for 2 weeks. He's doing Caroline's
this Wednesday through Saturday,
including Thanksgiving night.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, why not? I mean,
that's kind of cool.
That one won't sell out. The rest of them are going to sell out, I think. That one won't because Thanksgiving's everyone's
Jimmy,
home.
I will be going Saturday.
Oh, good. Okay.
Yes, I think I'm going Saturday also.
Whichever ones you guys want.
I will need my own table for 6 people.
You'll have it.
All right. There's some tickets available, but they're going to go fast.
Well, Saturday's sold, but whatever you need, we got, believe me.
Saturday sold?
Saturday's sold.
Would you like me to go Wednesday instead?
No, whatever you want, man.
Jimmy's one of those, they have to open up the curtain, fill the whole place up, guys.
It's a curtain?
Ask Boss.
I've seen that show. Boss actually didn't know there were seats behind it. He just thought it was like a bunch of people, then an empty section, and then a curtain.
Yeah, Caroline's has this curtain. I've been there for some shows.
What's the name of the club back there?
Yeah. And they open up the curtain for the big act, so.
Yep.
Yeah, very, very good. Hey, really fast, because we were talking about it during the Dennis Leary segment, and it was just unbelievable last week. We're bringing a little the cringe and the edge back into the show. We're going to be honest. Anthony and I, we think the show's going great. We love being here at XM, and we felt like we needed to bring a little more of the cringe and edge back to the show.
Well, let me tell you something else. Some people don't understand how this works.
I'm not saying that we need to go crazy, but...
Some of the listeners don't understand how it works. We've heard them bitch and complain that this type of stuff isn't being done enough on the program. We hear you. But you got to wait a little. This isn't something you come on day one and do. We have a plan. It might look like we're just running, skipping with our shoelaces untied here. But we got a plan. A year in, now you start cultivating some of that other stuff. How to get things in place.
Right.
How to build up what they call trust.
Right.
How to get the equipment working properly. Get the right people in place. And then you start. That's what we do. That's what we did every other job we've gotten.
We're just getting started.
It's the 1 year in, now we can start the show.
That's Ellen DeGeneres is in New York, so I guess she's going to be on the show.
Is she going to dance?
She just did, actually.
Are you kidding?
I swear to God.
I missed it.
Yeah, you missed it. It was a moment. Is she going to come in studio?
No, we won't have Ellen.
Why?
Now, being on XM, Ellen is on XM. Yeah. She's on the commercial, for God's sake.
Yeah.
Must be a big part of XM.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't we then get her on this program?
Our reputation. They're probably
Our reputation as what?
As
we
assholes.
We would have. I bet we would have a fine time.
I like DeGeneres. I think she's a good comic.
I think she's very funny, man.
The dancing stinks, but she's
we
a very good
have
stand-up.
To call her out on the dancing.
Yeah, stop
which
dancing.
I have heard she is tired of doing and wants to stop doing.
She tried to stop
it.
it.
Pushing.
She actually tried to stop it a while back.
You know how TV people are.
And they were
you
like,
got to do it, Ellen.
Yeah. These fat
keep dancing.
slobs from the Midwest really need to see you dance, so you got to keep dancing.
I love when she dances.
See, she's dancing down there on Wall Street.
Oh, no. Why, on Wall Street, why does she have to do it?
She is a brilliant, and I will use the word brilliant.
Ooh.
She's a brilliant,
lesbian.
But I'm going to throw her in that category, a brilliant female comic.
Wow, you just brought that brilliant way down, didn't you?
Wow.
Yeah. And you know,
that is a fantastic piece of shit.
And she's on the Today Show, you know, taking a tour of New York, and she's dancing wherever she goes. I mean,
on the subway?
You got to feel bad for her in a way. She doesn't want to do that shit.
She doesn't have to. She's Ellen.
She really doesn't have to do that.
She can stop it. She's got to stop it, and she doesn't have to. They could say, hey, would you want to dance? No, I don't.
Well, she does a fine job for Take 5, the new channel on XM. That channel's for ladies.
Oh, is it on already? Is she on?
I guess.
It's the chick channel.
There would be no reason for us to tune in.
What other dames, what other broads are on that channel?
I couldn't tell you what there's...
Who?
Well, we know
Tyra is on that.
Cool.
And
Another one, we have her coming in?
No. We beat her up bad the last couple of weeks, Jimmy.
Good.
She's never coming on our show. She wore the fat suit. We did that. We did that audio.
Fat suit.
That I was in for.
Then she did a stuttering special.
Yeah.
We love the Tyra audio. That's our new thing.
We should have her in. We promote her pretty good there.
Anyway, the Edge is coming back to the show. That's what I was getting at. And the eggnog drinking contest, number 2, is going to be happening in the next couple of weeks. Pat from Menaki is going to, see if he could keep his title.
Mm-hmm.
And
very exciting.
We're starting to get some guys from all over the country that are going to drive their big rigs to take on Pat from Menaki. And you know that Co-Ed magazine, by the way, that we were in?
Yeah.
The last issue, they did a really job with us. A one-page interview that was like nothing. Do we have that? We have a copy? No, the actual magazine. But I was going through the magazine finally.
Yeah.
And they had a little piece on this guy Crazy Legs or something like that, another competitive eater.
Not Crazy Legs.
Crazy Legs was a breakdancer.
Well, there was Crazy something, I don't know.
Different Crazy Legs, Jimmy.
But they have a picture of him at the Nathan's hot dog eating contest.
Mm-hmm.
Right next to him is a picture of Pat from Menaki.
Pat made it in?
Pat has no idea he's in a magazine. He's in the same issue of Co-Ed magazine that
I'm in Diabetic Monthly.
A magazine I really don't know where you go to get it. I have no idea. No clue.
Not on newsstands?
Not really.
Newsstands?
Not really.
It reminds me of a very funny shirt I have. It says Co-Ed Naked Volleyball.
Well, it's...
Yeah.
Wouldn't want to see that, right?
Funny, right?
Well.
Because, we're playing volleyball together naked. Guys like.
Conjures up quite an image.
Sure does.
All right. When Jimmy comes back, we like to play a couple highlights here and there. Not a lot. Don't worry. We'll do new material for you. But Bill the intern smells homeless Donna's ass. You
What
gotta
a
hear
moment.
This. You have to hear this.
What a moment this was. Homeless woman. Brought in, I guess she's going to be one of the lucky few homeless that join us for the homeless shopping spree.
Yes.
We take a bunch of homeless. See, we're charitable. We get homeless people, the dregs of society. They're shat upon all year long. And then during the holiday season, the merriest of all times of the year, we pick them up, load them into a bus, and drag them to a very posh mall. I mean one of these malls, not your normal run-of-the-mill
Short Hills
trash mall. We're talking
Short Hills
Mall. We're talking very upper crusty stores in there and everything. And speaking of crusty, we bring the homeless in to do some shopping for the holidays.
That's right.
I believe we're going to give them $202 to shop with.
That's right.
Which somebody on the message board, I think, commented how hack radio that was. That we were giving them $202, that we're hacks for doing it. Not even getting the joke that the whole point of it is to be like that hack. We're giving away, $102.30 kind of a thing. To attach that type of hack radio thing to something as heinous as the homeless shopping spree is, again, the joke.
The word is irony.
Sir, it's irony, it's sarcasm, it's a little bit of... It's something you don't get. So please, please, take your XM, flush it down the toilet, buy Sirius, and go fuck your mother. If I may steal that phrase from a genius comic.
Can I say that that's not the type of talk we need on this channel, Ant?
Is that it?
You can't encourage people to do that.
Take 5.
I heard Hedda Nussbaum has a new show, too.
On Take 5?
Yes, called
channel?
the Mind Your Manners program.
All right, where's Bill the intern? Bill was the star of the radio show last week, while Jim was being a big Hollywood star for HBO. Hey, Bill.
Hi, fella.
Boy, that nose was all over her face, wasn't it? Her nose was...
Big black-eyed, curly hair. Jesus.
What a wreck.
She looks like Bozo the Bad Housekeeper.
Bill?
Yo. What's going on?
You all right?
Yeah.
Are you a happy person?
Yeah, yes.
You sure?
With the proper medication?
With the proper medication?
No, I'm always happy. I'm good.
You like being here?
Oh, yes.
All right, we're trying to figure out how to, keep you and stuff.
Oh, wow, is he the latest on the list of...
I don't think we can pay you or anything.
Got him, need him, got him, need him, need him, got him, need him.
Yeah, we're going to try to figure out how to keep you around, because you're a good egg.
Oh, thanks.
You don't seem
have
happy,
a job?
though.
Do you have a job?
happy.
Over the summer, I did.
You got a job, ixnay on the job, A.
I just wanted to know if he, had something that he did previously.
No, previously I did sheet metal.
Sheet metal work?
Yeah.
Hey, my brother.
Yeah, on Long Island.
Oh, Long Island.
Yeah.
So did I. What company did you work for?
I think it was called Best Sheet Metal or something like
Best
that.
Temp?
It was out of Amityville.
Yeah.
Down there.
Ooh. You worked with brothers?
No, I just worked for this guy who he just paid me to work for him.
Yeah.
Were you a ductwork installer?
Yeah.
That's what I did. Look at him working his way into radio the same way I did.
And he's doing a little differently. He has to smell homeless hooker ass.
I never had to do that. I always drew a line in the sand.
You sure did, Anthony. Homeless hooker ass. But it's starting a new bit, and that's why I have you in the studio. I want to see if you're game for this, because I can't read you. I'm pretty good at reading people, and I still can't read Bill. We want to start a new bit called Make Bill Puke.
Okay.
Because we've noticed, we're making him smell horrific shit. The Rich Voss ear thing, I watched people puke doing that.
Didn't phase him.
And I dry heaved, actually. It was so horrific, the tumor juice that Voss has behind his ear. Just even saying it makes me a little nauseous.
Yeah,
and it's legendary, and people have puked smelling what's behind his ear. And then we also had you smell Big A's breath, which was horrific.
Patty's armpits.
Patty's smelly, hairy armpits.
He put his face in there like it was the pages of a new book.
And we think this is a good bit because you're making someone do horrific things, but we're not getting the reaction out of them.
Have you ever puked from anything aside from drinking too much?
Not in years. Maybe after doing OxyContin or something.
Yeah, a little too much. It's always been because you put something in your body that it wasn't a reaction to something disgusting that you saw or smelled or anything like that.
Not
That's rough. It is rough to get someone to really vomit from just a scent. Because
I don't know.
Scent, visual is hard to get them to vomit from. It's harder.
Yeah, the smell.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
There are people that puke on their shoes when they see, somebody get their head blown off.
You ever smell a bloated dead cat?
Yeah, like I'll be walking around. You could just walk around and smell dead animal.
That was in a basement? Next to the water heater?
No, like
for weeks?
As a kid, you go, into the woods and you, what's that? You get closer and it's just
but it's in the outdoors.
Horrid smell of dead animal.
It's in the outdoors. Are you game for this bit?
Sure.
Because people have started a thread on the message boards.
Well, as long as it's not smelling another hooker ass.
Oh, that was it.
No, you can't say what you will and will not smell.
Yeah, Bill.
I mean,
we won't get you
I don't want to just do the same thing twice. So.
No, see, that's kind of silly. But we wouldn't have you do anything like, faggy or anything.
Okay, as long as
that's what you're worried about.
Yeah, I'm a huge.
Yeah, we'll keep the fag out of it.
Nah.
We'll keep the fag out of it. How's that?
That sounds good.
All right. Well, last week, Bill, he smelled Donna's vag, her unwashed, homeless vag.
That's really awful.
Jimmy's saying that's awful.
It smelled so bad. When she took her pants off, we said, take your pants and your panties off. She goes, I ain't wearing no panties. And she wasn't. She took her jeans off, and the smell just started wafting out. And then when she started really getting both ends, I told her to spread them. Yeah, the smell that wafted around this studio, the worst ass smell you can imagine. Horrid. And he got an inch away from her asshole.
That's just awful, dude.
Inhaled.
It was amazing.
With gusto.
But we didn't get the reaction we wanted.
No.
So we were kind of bummed. It was a great bit.
A little bit.
So now we...
Ended him puking on her ass.
Well, now we're obsessed with seeing him puke. Mm-hmm. And the listeners are obsessed. They're starting to try to figure out what will make you puke.
It'll probably be something really awful, like a photo of a happy family.
All right, well, here's the audio from last week. It's a short clip, but Bill was the star. Listen in.
Donna, what we need you to do, see how that thing's round? We need you to just lay over it like you were going to be taken in the ass.
I think she knows that position very well, Anthony.
Yeah, keep your feet on the ground.
You're explaining that position to her?
No, slide down a little more. Hawk, have her go back more.
Just to help along with the visual, she's, completely naked.
Yeah.
Completely.
She had no problems with this.
Completely.
We were negotiating a price, too, before this even happened. When she came in, I assumed it was going to be, that I was going to have to pull out a 20, Opie pull out a 20, something like that. She did this for $11. $11, and I know we could have done it for maybe $6.
Yeah, but she didn't really have to do anything. You're making it sound like she had to do something horrific.
Whenever you get a hooker,
all she had to do was get naked.
Or a homeless person to do something, it's always going to cost money. Tippy Tom cost more to get him down to the gray, brown, green underwear.
I think it's funny that she did it for 11. Like somebody said 10. Absolutely not. 11. Got it.
Well, it was 10, and then Opie said he'd double it. So 11 is doubled to 10. And the homeless woman math.
By
the way, the dollar. Also, I pulled that out.
All right, but listen, because I do get a bad reputation on the show for being cheap.
A bad rap.
When the mics were off and no one was looking, I gave her $10.
You did?
Swear to God.
Why?
Just because I felt like I had to.
Your own guilt.
Did you mean to give her a 10, or you thought it was $1, and as she took it, you saw the extra zero and went,
Didn't want to touch it again.
I can't take that back.
Yeah.
It'll crush her.
Putting that in my pocket.
It's a true story, though. Sometimes
true story.
You gotta do things when the mics are not on. And that's what I decided to do last week.
Cool.
All right.
Good job.
How do we go back more? Okay. Go back. Keep going. Right there. There you go. Okay. Now, yeah, there you are. Holy shit. All right.
Bill, what's the problem? Bill Burr?
Do you see your target?
How can you miss it?
Now, he's not going to touch you, Donna.
All right.
And you're not going to touch him. He's just going to kind of put his face in there and give a few sniffs.
Oh, my God.
Could you spread your cheeks apart, though, Donna? Like, spread them.
All right,
there you go. All
right, hold on a minute.
Now hold like that.
Whoa.
Why do you always have to look? For some reason, you just have to look.
All right, listen, Donna. Yeah. Once again, when was the last time you had a shower?
The shower was like months, right? Yeah.
And you know,
months.
And when was the last time you really took care of the back door?
I always care
got it all
about
night.
the door.
You don't.
I always do.
You always take care of it.
I always do.
Bill, does it look like she takes care of the back door?
I always been taking care of the back door.
Bill,
You asshole. I never been letting it go back.
You asshole.
Bill,
fuck.
Does it look like?
Quick.
Hold on, Bill needs the mic. Does it look like she takes care of the back door?
No.
He's saying no.
What seems to be?
Oh, God. But the back door looks fully operational.
Right.
Bill,
still in use.
Back to the mic.
ass.
Because I refuse to take a glance at that. What is it? What is the problem back there?
Nothing really that I can see through the tears in my eyes.
But she has a lot. Well, you have a lot of ass sex though, back there. So it might be a little like stretched.
Does it look like an exploding cigar back there, or an exploded cigar? No. Okay.
I'm ready to smell.
All right, let's go. Let's get this over.
Look like Mount St. Helens.
All right, here we go.
All right, now lean over like that. Yeah, spread them apart, but don't fall off. Yeah, spread them cheeks.
Oh my God.
All right, now, hey, could you turn your hat backwards? Could you turn your hat backwards a little bit, Bill? Because so the bill of your hat doesn't. Yeah, there you go. And let's get that nose right, real as close as you can get.
Oh
closer,
my God.
closer. Oh my God. Closer. Closer. You're almost 4 inches away. We need you 1 inch away, Bill.
One more time.
1 inch away. 1 inch away. 1 inch.
Yeah!
Oh my God.
Holy shit.
Woo! Shit.
Yeah, he likes that.
Wow. All right, Bill, step up to the mic.
That's fine. Wow, back here. I swear to you, back here. Oh, God. Okay, we'll be back tomorrow with another Opie and Anthony show.
This is the worst.
Holy Jesus Christ. It's like ass.
And there you go, from last week.
I think it's funny.
I can smell your cunt.
Huh, Jim?
I think it's funny he had to turn his hat around like Earl Weaver yelling at an umpire.
So,
umpire that just ate a rotting burrito.
So we were losing our minds just watching that, and Bill did not puke, so now we're obsessed with making Bill puke. Yes. So the bit's called Make Bill Puke. We'll see what happens.
I don't know what we could do to top that, tell you the truth.
Well, there's people coming up with suggestions already. John in Levittown. John?
Yes, hey.
Hey.
I was just thinking that maybe some lucky hunter would shoot a deer and throw the gut pile in a box and bring that in for Bill to smell.
Let that rot a little bit.
All right, there's an idea.
Tom, also, things I don't think we're going to be doing it in the studio. We should do it, like, downstairs. Well, because it's not, let's make the staff puke.
I think we should be doing it maybe in the production studio.
No.
I have to be in there doing things. I can't. That'd be a perfect place for it.
I say we do it in the studio.
Oof.
What happened to our balls?
How about Ron and Fez's
Nothing
office?
wrong with my balls. It's the nose.
I say we do it in the studio.
How about that little room?
A lot of people are suggesting stuff. Like we got Tom from the Adirondacks. Tom?
Hey, how you doing, guys? Listen, one thing that will make anybody puke is the fluid that a skunk sprays at you.
Okay.
When you drive by, when you're driving.
Yeah. How do you get that, though?
Yeah, go ahead. Get us a jar.
I used to volunteer and work with animal control up here, and we probably could get our hands on some.
Yeah.
Because it's once you get within 5 feet, the smell completely changes, and if you get within a foot of it, anybody will puke. That's what.
Because isn't it kind of pleasant when you're driving down a country highway
that's
and
the first
you
time
get that light little scent of skunk?
Yeah, the first time I experienced it up close, I was like,
Wonderful.
wait, this can't be the same thing I've smelled driving through the country. But it is a completely horrid.
It's a smell that it is meant to keep every animal in nature away from it.
Yeah.
Like even shit has flies flocking to it, and like other things eat logs.
Yeah.
But this makes all...
the Jim Norton.
No, that's not true. I don't consume. This will actually have a bear. A hungry bear will turn around and leave. That's how bad.
Ramon, bring me a clothespin.
Mike from Jersey.
Guys, what's up?
Hey.
Hey, I just had a baby 3 weeks ago, and the baby's having digestive problems. I had to change the formula like 4 times already.
Yeah.
And this baby takes fucking dumps that smell like death. I can't believe they come out of a fucking baby. They're like green and yellow, and they're fucking horrid.
Babies are disgusting.
They're awful.
I'll save a fucking couple of diapers from the weekend. I guarantee it'll put them out.
Use diaper.
All right, here's the deal. We should get a cash prize. I'll throw $100 down.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe others will throw some money down. And then the person that makes them puke gets
some
the
of
cash.
your friends in the business.
And then maybe some of the friends of the radio show will just keep adding to the pot until Bill finally pukes. I'll start it. I'll throw 100 in. Throw 100 in the hat, okay?
I'd do anything to see him puke.
Here's the deal. You have to have it in a cooler.
Yeah.
You drive up to the station, knock on the door and say, hey, I want to try to make Bill puke. And then we'll send Ben or Steve or somebody down there to see what you got. And then we'll bring the cooler up to the studio, or maybe do it on the sidewalk. We'll figure all that out.
If we're going to do studio stuff, I'm going to procure a gas mask.
Well, we're working on your plastic bubble. We're working on your plastic bubble already.
My plastic bubble?
Yeah.
Almost ready?
Or we could get you the bad boy Bubby gas mask.
No, that didn't work. It was just a hose. I don't want some old World War II fucking...
You know what might get you? How about you scrape a fingernail on Big A's tongue on the back? The breath is bad enough. But scrape the tongue, your fingernail on the back of the tongue, and sniff like the little white stuff that comes on.
I was out at a bar. It was a party for Paul, No Filter Paul's wife. Her birthday, Denise.
Where was it? In Washington Heights?
It was. It was downtown. So we were at this bar, and Big A was there. And what this bartender did to Big A, it's one of those where the chick bartenders are real hot and they dance on the bar and do all that shit and do hula hoops on the top of the bar and stomp around. Yeah, that's Big A. After this friggin'
you hit brightness again.
You tool. This now he turned the monitor off. You are the worst. She took his shirt off, took a belt, put it around his neck, and then started whipping his back. And then put a shot in her mouth and spit it into his mouth. And he was in heaven.
I would be too.
Just in heaven. And I was horrified that the bartender did this to Big A. Because she was putting her mouth pretty much on his mouth. What?
She didn't know.
You look at him.
She had alcohol in her mouth.
You just got to look at him and know.
Ah, he's cute.
What a mess.
He's a big fella.
And then Patty gets up on the bar and starts dancing. Everyone's chanting Patty, Patty, and she's up there doing this horrible, the Maury Povich robot dance. And there's just this hottest chick with the fucking thong coming out of the back of her jeans dancing on the bar.
What bar is this?
Sounds like a great night.
Yeah, it was a scream.
Oh, it was a panic.
A panic.
Are we done with Bill?
You put a few beers in you. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, good. Well, happy birthday to Denise. All right. So we're going to make this happen? Make Bill puke?
Yeah, sure, I'm down.
All right, there may be some money in it for you, too. We'll figure out the whole concept off air.
I think it's impossible.
You think it's impossible?
Yeah, I would bet against it.
Well, someone is suggesting we call Joe Rogan up and get some of that shit from Fear Factor.
Well, then you're talking he'd have to consume that shit. Because that's when they start puking.
The smell that comes off some of that crap, man. Remember the smell from like the 55-gallon drum challenge?
Yeah, I didn't puke. No one puked, and I believe me.
Didn't we have stuff?
Shit gets me disgusted like that.
Yeah, we had stuff on our nose.
But that didn't do anything. Smell, it's very hard, I think.
All right,
if you're consuming the smelly shit, now you got an issue. If you're just smelling it, I'm betting against it. I don't think he'll puke.
I'm definitely interested to see where this will go. So.
All right. Well, the pot has started. I got 100 in, and you got 100 in?
Of course.
So we got $200 in the pot so far, and as other friends of the show come by to say hi, they'll donate a little money. And basically just show up with whatever it is in a cooler. If it's not in a cooler, forget it. Just get a cheap cooler. Let's say hi to Mike in Kentucky. Mike?
Hey, good morning, boys.
Good morning.
Hey, how about having him smell the chum from the eggnog contest?
That's not a bad idea. The eggnog drinking
After
contest
the
is
people
coming soon.
puke into the bucket, he's got to smell that.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, sometime maybe with puke being involved, that might...
Well, everyone is calling with
trigger
suggestions. Look, just show up with what you got in the cooler, and we'll go from there, okay? Make Bill Puke, coming soon to the Opie and Anthony program.
Nice.
Thanks, Bill. We should take another break.
Before we do, can I answer one question that I've been getting a lot of emails on?
Ooh.
It's just a MySpace question. There's a few Jim Norton sites, which I'm honored, but the one that's mine is myspace.com/Jim Norton. That one is mine. I get a lot of, is that you? It's me.
Why? People thought other sites were
There's
you?
a couple other ones, apparently, and I had an old one, which I don't use anymore. But that one's mine. Not a big deal, but people ask me, so I tell.
How many people have been killed from MySpace so far? Any pedophiles luring away small children?
Oh, I don't know.
Like that?
I don't know.
I'm sure.
You know that Match.com is in trouble?
Why?
Because to keep the site going, they had some ringers, some chicks, some hot chicks that were going on dates.
Are you kidding? Stuff in the ballot box kind of thing?
Can you get the story? It was over the weekend or something.
That is what a great idea.
Because Match.com, a lot of people are using it now. You know, this online dating thing is really, really taking off. And supposedly Match.com had some ringers in there that were going out on some dates.
So you get these guys and they say,
well, it's great advertising because then you're telling your friends, like, look what I went out on a date.
This hottest chick came over.
And then all of a sudden they're signing up for Match.com. I got to get the whole story before I say something wrong. But
Dude, I went out with her and she never called me again. I don't know what happened. It was great. We were in love and she wouldn't kiss me and she left. And alt.com, I think, stinks. Is that like one of those alternative lifestyle things, like for BDSM and all that type of shit, like the perverted chicks are supposed to be there? I've never gotten a response from anybody the times I've sent. That site stinks.
Lying sacks of shit?
Yes, and I think that all the pics of the hot chicks are ringers, like he's saying, from Match.com.
Well, this whole Match.com is taking off. We just Googled it over here, and it's a lot of stories popping up for today. Is this a quick version? All right. Match.com accused of faking romance. Match.com has been sued by a man who says the online dating agency wrote him romantic emails and even sent him on a sham date with an attractive employee to encourage him to renew his subscription, according to Reuters. California resident Matthew Evans filed the suit in the Los Angeles District Court, blah, 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 and believes the actions represent a pattern of behavior by the U.S. company. His lawsuit is seeking class action status. Match.com denied that the firm pays staff to go on dates with subscribers or send them bogus emails. In a separate lawsuit, Yahoo is accused of posting fictitious profiles of singles to its rival dating service.
Why don't these people fucking sue their parents for not instilling real self-esteem into them? How do you not think that those are ringers, you dummies? How do you not, when you see these gorgeous chicks, and how do you not know that?
Yeah, they're on Match.com. There's guys asking them out all the time.
Yeah.
But they're on Match, and you're the perfect match.
Hey, Chris from Kentucky.
Yeah, what's going on, gentlemen?
What's up, Chris?
Opie said something the other day, right before Black Earl's radio show, said you wanted to give like the best radio show if you had an idea.
Yeah, we're going to give the pass because they've done such a great job promoting this radio show. We're going to give them some time on the weekends. We just haven't figured out how to do it yet.
No, I just want to throw my hat in the ring, man. I would love to do that.
Well, come up with a concept and we'll go with it. Actually, we're looking for a show that we can throw on this Saturday at midnight.
I've got one. I mean, I've got an idea written up already.
What is it?
I've got me and a buddy, two friends actually. Me and my friend Ben doing the show, and then my friend Ariel, who is a Southern Kentucky raised, half Jewish, which ought to be enough right there. And we kind of want to do something, based on your program. I mean, we've got a good rapport. We got a good chemistry going, and we kind of, based on your show, the free flowing conversation, hitting all the angles, different subjects, but from, a different point of view.
Is the show going to be called Never Get to the Point Guy?
Can I, sir, not to derail your little train, I'm 37. That's the worst explanation of anything I've ever heard.
Of anything.
Yeah, you got to explain it.
Yeah, pitch it.
Okay.
Is it like Mythbusters meets Jackass?
It's a three-way oxymoron.
What do we put on the
logical, hillbilly.
I've been doing so well with that. What do we put on the side of the bus?
It's like melatonin meets Ambien.
Liberal, logical hillbillies.
All right, listen. We're going to give you another hour. Call back. We're not going to blow you off. But you gotta like summarize and get it to a point where we're gonna be interested.
All right, 10-4.
All right.
10-4. I like that.
Well, he'll
could
call
talk
back.
in CB talk the
He'll
whole
call
time.
back in an hour, and we'll hopefully figure that out. But we gave Earl 2 hours on Saturday night to do his Black Rock Coalition. We got some audio. We could do that next. We also have, 3 or 4 assaults on the media that went down over the weekend.
Oh, yeah, I saw a couple of those. Very funny.
Holy crap. No Filter Paul is just a huge star for this radio show. A huge star.
He's in the background of one of them, just getting in a little shouting match with somebody after he gets dragged out of the frame.
Yeah.
By his collar.
Yeah. Well, the videos are up on opieandanthony.com. They have behind-the-scenes footage that Big A, I guess, shot.
Yeah.
And it's great. Because you get to see the assault on the media that went on, that everyone saw on TV, and then the video spins, and then it goes to the behind-the-scenes footage.
That's great.
These guys are getting better and better with the stuff they're coming up with for the show, and sending it in to Steve.
Paul is actually, he's just an animal. You're welcome. And he just does a good job for the show. You're welcome.
All right, very good. And he runs wowfans.com.
He's a good boy.
All right, Derek, get us out of here. We'll play the audio from the latest assaults on the media.
Anthony.
That's the problem, though. You don't know what he's saying because that stupid accent of his.
Yeah.
Opie and Anthony. What?
Opie and
Anthony. Opie and Anthony. 33. What?
But check out the videos, and we'll continue in a bit there.
You're listening to the soothing sounds of Opie and Anthony. So sit back, relax, have yourself some herbal tea, close your eyes, and drift away with O&A.
Hi! This is great! You dick!
Bye. Shut up.
Fuck all y'all.
Horrific and tasteless.
It's called sarcasm!
I've never heard anything as offensive and gross as you are. And that's why I'm signing up.
The The holiday season is a special time for family, love, togetherness, giving, and puking out your nose. It's the second annual Eggnog Challenge, coming soon to the Opie and Anthony Show. Last year, Pat Ramunaki drank 70 double shots of eggnog to become reigning eggnog champion. Will he be dethroned by one of you thirsty psychopaths? Stay tuned. It's all coming up on the Opie and Anthony Show.
Let's go to Wisconsin. Blake, what's going on today?
How you doing, guys?
All right, Blake.
Well, I heard the show Saturday night. I actually didn't think it was that bad, Earl. I didn't think Earl was that bad Saturday night. The music kind of sucked. I didn't think he did that bad of a job.
You're talking about the Black Rock Coalition with Black Earl Douglas.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
The executive producer of the Ron and Fez show.
Right.
His dream came true, and he did a national music show for everybody. His idea, the Black Rock Coalition.
Right.
All right, we have some audio. We want to listen to it a little bit.
Put it up.
All right, thanks, Blake. But it's starting a new thing. We want to, start jazzing up the weekends with some crap. So if you got a show idea, you may get a couple hours on this fine channel on XM, okay?
Right.
You want to listen to some of this audio, Ant?
Yeah, I want to see what he did. I didn't get to listen.
I was too busy looking at dead bodies on Saturday, so I didn't get to tune in to the Black Rock Coalition. Have you heard about this Body Works yet?
Yes.
Oh, my.
I haven't seen it.
Or Body Worlds, I guess it's called. Body Worlds.
Dead body art.
The website is ridiculous, but it's www.fi.edu/bodyworlds. And I think they got some examples on the website.
Yeah.
Could you pop that up there real fast?
Ugh.
And they're also showing this in New York at the South Street Seaport. But basically, it's real dead bodies in all sorts of poses. They rip the skin off the bodies, and then you get to see the muscles and the organs. You don't remember?
.edu.
.edu.
It's the edu part.
Why are you yelling at me?
/bodyworks.
Body Worlds.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
I forget. I'm so used to eatabullet.com. I don't know nothing else.
The plug. Oh, there you go. How about the gallery? We'll go to the gallery.
Yeah, go to the gallery right away.
This one's doing karate. I like that one.
That's wonderful.
Well, and that's the weird thing. They have this process where
tastes like chicken.
They take the smell out and they take the fluids out of the body. It's a process called plastination. Some creepy German scientist came up with this.
Of course he did.
In
back
1977.
In the 40s.
1977.
They're passed on from relatives from the 40s.
Yes.
Where's the gallery?
Called Preserve a Jew.
Go to the gallery.
From a Dr. Mengele. We just came up with it.
Go down.
An awful group.
All right, I can't get to the gallery, but this was at a museum in Philadelphia over the weekend. We went for a couple hours, and it was absolutely amazing.
When's it in New York? Now?
They got some of these bodies down at the South Street Seaport, I believe, because I was reading an article in the New York papers about it.
It's a filleted head. That's nice.
It's just very artistic, creepy, artistic, very interesting. You get to see the muscles and the organs, and I don't know, they show you like healthy lungs and cancer lungs and all that stuff. But mostly they got these bodies pretty much intact, except it's missing the skin, so you get a real look at what the body's all about.
Is that head and face real?
Yeah, it's real. Look at that.
Got a good chin.
It's absolutely real. Too bad they don't have some good pictures on the website. I'm noticing they don't have much there. But then they pull back the skin and stuff, and then you see the spinal cord and see what that's all about, and then they dissect them in some ways. They put the bodies in some crazy poses, like they had a basketball player. But and you could donate your body for this thing. They had on the wall as you're going through the exhibit. They have a number and an email address and how to contact them, so you could write all the paperwork. And when you die, they could do something crazy with your body like this.
See the world.
And they had an archer, a lady as an archer. It was unbelievable.
Did you see her vag?
Oh yeah, they had vages and nut sacks and
what the hell was
penises on everybody.
What does the vag look like with no skin on it?
It
exactly the same.
kind of very similar, man. It was
just a swallowing hole, fear-inducing.
It was pretty similar, actually. Yeah. What was really disturbing on the guy models, whatever you want to call these things, the guy exhibits, your ballies, they hang from like strings. Who knew? So they had the ballies hanging from strings on these dead bodies.
Click-clacks.
Kind of like click-clacks, yeah. And then it was really interesting, but there was one exhibit that really got to me. It was a mom. She was 8 months pregnant. She was on her side. The skin was completely removed, and they cut her belly open so you could see the baby. Head first, ready to come out of the vag, getting ready to, 8 months into the pregnancy. And then you're sitting there like, wow, this lady obviously had to die to be in this position. And then that one, got me all creeped out.
Did they have a motorboat 10 feet over her?
That's a good display.
Let's go to Ryan in Ohio. Ryan, what's up?
Hey. I think that exhibit was in Cleveland a few months ago, and I think that's the second one that's touring the country.
Okay.
The first one that was in Europe a few years ago, it was real controversial because he came up with this plastination or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And nobody knows where he got the bodies from. So it was real controversial. A lot of people did not want it to come to the United States. And it's controversial because you were just talking about the mom and the babies and whatever, because nobody knew where the original one came from.
Yeah.
It was kind of creepy.
It was unbelievable. The line to get into this museum down in Philly, the Franklin Institute Science Museum, it was crazy. It was just crazy.
How long did you have to wait?
About an hour, and then you got in, and we walked around for like an hour and a half. They show embryos, like after like a couple weeks, 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, and it was crazy. Like after 5 or 6 weeks, it's like the size of a lima bean.
Dr. Gunther von Hagens?
Yeah, that's the guy.
Yee.
That's the guy.
Jeez, that just sounds evil.
That's the guy. And then the grand finale, there was 2 in the last room. They had a guy holding his own skin. The body, obviously, dead body standing there. They removed all his skin to show you how heavy and how much of it you have, and then had it draped over one of his arms that was extended. Really creepy shit.
So it's muscle guy, like just muscle and bone and ligament and tendon guy holding his own skin.
Yeah. It was amazing. I thought I'd get sick or something, but in a weird way, it was very artistic, too, how they display these bodies, you know? And then the grand finale, they had a horse that they did this process to.
And it was fucking a guy in the ass. I heard about this. Very controversial.
They had a horse that went through the same procedure with a guy on top of the horse riding the horse. And he was like no skin, just bones and muscles and some of his organs, exposed.
That's pretty cool. I'd like to see that.
It was unbelievable.
The, fuck you and the horse you rode in on display.
It was unbelievable.
See that one? So what they do is suck out all the juices in a vacuum.
Yeah.
And then put acetone in. And that, like, I guess, clears out all the fluid. Then they suck the acetone out and inject in this polymer that gets into every single cell.
Yeah.
So bacteria can't get to any of it.
But they don't do that until they...
It's like plastic.
They don't do that until they pose the body in a position they want it to stay in.
it's going to be hardened.
It was kind of creepy because you had Archer lady. She like had an archer's bow or whatever.
Yeah.
And in the position, but she's dead and has no skin. And a lot of these bodies, they take the brain out and pop it up on the skull. Like
so
it was
a little up off the head.
Oh, it was bizarre. Some of the things they did.
Was Archer lady all muscle?
Yeah.
What did her tits look like?
That was really creepy because, like, the skin was removed except for, like, the nipple. Like, the nipple was still intact.
Get the fuck out of here.
It was bizarre, man.
So what was behind the nipple?
You can't see because the nipple was still there. Just discolored, like now a yellowish color. Yellowish tan color.
Yeah, but, like, was it just muscle?
Yeah.
And then a nipple?
Yeah, breast muscle. And
did you see, like, bulbous tits, or was it just, like, a guy chest? Because
No, pretty much you could tell it was a woman, yeah. Oh, yeah. It was really creepy, but very fascinating at the same time.
Perfect mannequins for a store. When is the store going to finally have the balls?
Can you imagine?
I'd shop there.
Could you imagine? And some of the bodies had their own brain in their hand. You know, the way they displayed this stuff was just like... You know, it was like an art project. It was more art than science is what I was thinking. But they're trying to say it's a science thing so they could get this thing into these cities, you know. But a lot of controversy over the exhibit.
That's great.
Let's go to Adam in Michigan. Adam?
Yeah, I saw this thing a couple months ago in Cleveland, and it didn't take me an hour to get in there because Cleveland sucks and nobody wants to go there. But it reminded me, if you've seen the movie Saw.
Okay.
It reminded me of some sick, twisted art thing that this guy just had out to, I don't know, prove that he could do this, and it was just raw, nasty.
Yeah, it was bizarre, because then they had the year of the bodies, when they got these bodies, I guess. And one said 2005. I'm like, man, that is like someone that died relatively recently. You got to think within the last year.
Yeah, and then
there's a guy sliced like wafer thin or something.
Yeah, I got to explain that one. So then they had an older guy. Thanks, sir.
Yep.
They had an older guy. He still had his skin on him. I think he was one of the only ones that had all of his skin on him. And then he was sliced from head to toe, trying to think, like I think it was 5 cuts. 5 cuts. So the first cut was just past the eyes and the nose. So you see the face all the way down and his junk and his chest. And then there was another slice, you know, deeper. And then the last slice, obviously, you could see his back, his ass, and all that shit, right? And he's standing there with all the slices right in a row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
They separated
like a deli
them by
slicer.
A few inches, or
just a few inches, yeah. So you could kind of get a peek at, wow, look at the heart, you know, cut in half or whatever, and this and that. But what creeped me out about that one, which made it way too human for me, was the older guy had tattoos on his body. He had a tattoo of a really nice woman's face on his forearm, and you're sitting there like, man, this guy's now on display in a museum. But there was a time he really thought about that tattoo and what he wanted on his forearm, you know. Yeah. And then he had other tattoos on his shoulder and stuff, and that's what made it a little creepy for me. Like, oh my god, his hair was still intact on his skull.
That is creepy.
And even sliced up like that, it was still neater than Ben's.
Let's go to Cindy in New Jersey. Cindy!
Hi.
Hi. Hi!
You effers. I was there in London for the protest when this was back in 2002, and it was hardcore over there. Like, they were so freaked out by it, but the lines were like 3 hours long. It was amazing.
Yeah.
It was great, though. I mean, but the weird thing was, it wasn't really about religious. I thought there'd be a lot more religious protesters out there, but it wasn't. It was just because it was so grotesque. It was awesome. But the one on the horse was amazing for me.
It was absolutely amazing because the horse completely skinned and some of the organs removed, but you could kind of see what, you know.
Go ahead. Did you see the guy that was like his best friend?
No, what was that?
I'm not sure exactly which one it was, but he actually did his best friend. I don't know if it's still in the...
How do you do that?
I don't know. It was on Discovery, too. There's a show about it where they did a whole entire thing.
Dude, this guy's a weirdo.
He did his best friend, and he said it was the most, like, therapeutic, artistic way to grieve his loss. It was amazing.
Yeah, that's what it
this
is.
exhibit was so hot in Philly. You walk through the gift shop. They have a gift shop afterwards that has something to do with the exhibit. And there's a video. I'm like, fuck, no brainer. Give me the video. Sold out.
Yeah, well,
they can't make the videos fast enough because they actually show. Hold on. God damn it. Hold on.
I'm sorry.
No, that's right.
Go ahead, Cindy. Forget it.
I love you, Jimmy.
I love you. Go ahead. Opie's trying to say something. Go ahead. Hold on a second, Cindy. Stop breathing heavily. Cindy.
So you liked it, Cindy?
Yeah, I loved it. And I love you guys, too.
All right. Thank you, Cindy.
Thank you.
Wait, Opie, keep her on. You say something now.
What I was going to say is that in this video, they actually show you how they do it.
Yeah.
They take you through. I saw some clips of the video, and they have the dead bodies in the body bag still, and then they take them out, and they got them on the gurney, and they start slicing and dicing. And
they should have the interviews with some of the people that gave their permission first.
Yeah.
Before they die.
Well, that's what
And then after they die, then show them running them through the process so you could actually see the person alive.
Well, like Archer Lady, I want to know what her story was in life. You know, but they make sure you don't know her name, when she died, what were the circumstances of her death, nothing.
Huh?
And some of these people, like basketball guys, like he was a very healthy-looking guy. You wonder, holy shit, how did this guy die?
It could have been an accident.
Yeah. And now he's part of this thing. They had a runner in a running position, right?
Mm-hmm.
Looked like, you know, a typical runner's body. And then they took the muscles and they cut them and made him go horizontal, so to show motion.
Oh, so it looked like he had a... kind of like zoom, coming off the back, like zoom.
Yeah, like that old commercial for the tape.
Yeah.
What the hell was that?
Maxell
or whatever, with the guy's hair flowing. Yeah. But it was like that with all his muscles flowing toward the back, like he was in the middle of running. So they took the muscles, cut, and went horizontal with a bunch of them.
Pretty twisted.
The one I want to see, though, I heard there's a really cool one of like a really skinny one with a robot in front of an architecture desk.
No names, though.
No names.
And then
MB just engraved somewhere.
They had full bodies, but then they had almost every body part in glass cases, like a healthy stomach and all that.
Really?
Just beyond creepy. Let's say hi to Steve in California. Steve.
What's up, bro?
Hey.
How you doing?
Hey.
You see that vein thing where they took all the veins out and they just had the body standing there with just the veins, nothing else?
Yeah, I can't even really explain that. They had the veins and the capillaries, Anthony.
Yeah.
And they have a process. They had it for a baby, and the capillaries and the veins and all took the shape of the baby, but that's all they had.
Yeah.
For the capillaries and the veins and stuff.
Yeah, that's how it is inside you.
And the nerve endings, I guess, and all that.
How many bodies?
But I don't know how the fuck they figured that one out, because it was in the perfect shape of the hand and whatnot.
Huh.
So
about 20 bodies, maybe, or more.
There was, at least 20, probably. Yeah, it was just one of the most amazing things.
They probably leave it in the hand, the veins, and then suck the juice out of just the veins,
right?
Harden up just the veins, and then they could just peel away all the rest of the crap, and then you'd have the.
Because that was amazing.
I'm guessing, but I would assume you would need it. I don't think you'd be able to take soft, pliable veins, pull them out of a hand, and then harden them up and mold them back the way they're supposed to be. That'd be rough.
And
I'll try it, though, when I get home.
There was about 10 of us that went, and I freaked everyone out because I'm like, wow, man.
Started making out with one of the...
I didn't want to touch him. But all of a sudden, I look at the group of people I'm with, and I go, man, my dad donated his body to science. I hope he's not in here somewhere.
Oh, man.
And then they all just, like, their faces just drop like, uncomfortable moment for everybody. And I'm like, just kidding. And then everyone like breathed a sigh of relief, like, oh.
That's like that Planet of the Apes moment, where Taylor's running around the Museum of Natural History, and his buddy is in one of the displays.
Well, there you go.
Stuffed.
Oh, wow.
And the black guy's out there, and he gets shot.
It was the Daily News yesterday here in New York. New York Daily News Sunday edition. They have the same display at the South Street Seaport, and they got much better examples than the website.
Oh, they do?
Well, look at this. Explain this to the people, Anthony, before we move on. There's basketball player. That's a different basketball player, by the way. And look at this guy with his brain completely exposed. They kept the brain in the skull, but just cut the whole skull apart.
He looks like a monkey.
They cut the skull apart right above, I guess, the eyebrow, so his eyes are intact, his nose is intact, his lips are intact, and that's it for the skin on his face, pretty much.
Yeah.
And then his brain is completely exposed from above, and they put him in like kind of a thinking pose.
Yeah, he's like in the pose of the thinker.
Yeah.
Like a very hack comic headshot.
Yeah.
Little hand on the chin.
I think this exhibit is gonna just explode now, man. Like, I guess it did start in Europe, and Philly is really doing a big thing with this, and some of the bodies are down at the South Street Seaport. I think this is just going to be massive.
Can I see it, sweetie?
Absolutely massive. It's disgusting, but after you get through past the initial shock of what you're seeing, it's really, really interesting.
I'd love to walk through. Wouldn't it be great to have somebody walk through it with a recorder and just laugh at every display and point and spoil it for everyone? Just really laugh loudly, like De Niro, Cape Fear.
Everyone was taking a peek at the back doors of these exhibits.
Really?
The anus.
The anus?
Because they had everything gone, but the anus tube...
The sphincter muscle?
Was just kind of... And a couple of them still had little hair.
Are you kidding me?
It was just outrageous.
So without, like, your buttocks, like the fat and the skin?
Yeah, because then they... for some of these bodies, they did... different things for each body. So in that case, they actually took all the muscle and everything away. So you see the anus and the tube or whatever without the muscle around it. So
get a picture you sucking on it,
taking a hit,
humming "Dinah, won't you blow your horn?"
Pete from Miami.
Hey, yeah, what's up, guys?
Hey, Pete.
My sister saw this in L.A. She said it was crazy with her teenage son, and they loved it. But you ever stop to think about the families of these people? Do they go visit them in the museums, or do they know they're there? What's up with that?
I want to know all that now. I would love to get this guy on the phone and talk about it further. This crazy German scientist or doctor.
He probably can't come to the phone. He's actually looking at the videos on the front page of the PETA website and just jerking off.
It's pretty bizarre. I saw pictures. It looks like from Hellraiser.
Yeah.
When the guy's got no skin. That's what it looks like. You see all the muscle. It's really bizarre.
Yeah, it's a trip. And then you see hearts with heart damage, and it's just amazing. Hearts.
Gnarly!
Hearts after they do the bypass surgeries and stuff. It's just really, really.
Yeah, something tells me there are probably a lot of maybe homeless people, maybe people down on their luck.
I don't know.
You think they get a few bucks?
I don't know.
Beforehand.
That's a good question. I'm amazed they're able to display this stuff. I'd love to know more about it. But there you go. That's what I did on Saturday.
How much is it to get in?
It was like $25 a per. It was so worth it.
Yeah.
It was just
$25, huh?
It's something I'll be talking about for probably the rest of my life.
Can you take pictures in there?
Yeah, people were taking pictures. Sure.
Smile.
Yeah. Then they have all sorts of slices of the body. It just went on and on and on.
It's better to get a wow sticker on one of those little dead hands.
Look at cancer lungs.
Yeah, the cancer lungs and.
Can I see cancer lungs?
They're dirty.
See, aren't you happy you stopped smoking?
Yes.
Here you go. A black lung and a nice white pinkish lung.
That's RV. That's the initials of that person.
RV? Oh. Look, how do they know that? Oh. It's just a big black lung and two massive sets of choppers.
Yeah.
Little tiny fingers.
Yeah.
There he is.
How come there's no knuckle? Oh, that's the whole hand. I thought that was just a half a baby hand.
Oh, look, they removed the brain from this one. No, we didn't.
And they did have a room that might as well have been a sideshow because they had like pickled punks basically with all the birth defects completely intact. They didn't mess with those. They had Siamese twins and all that. So you got the nice sideshow angle as well. Dustin in Philly.
Hey, what's going on, LA?
Hey.
You know, what really bothered me at the end of that was the guest book and all those nutcases that were upset about the exhibit, and because they were upset for religious reasons, and I didn't quite understand that.
Yeah.
Why did they even bother going?
Yeah, exactly.
There's no shock of what that was about. It's bodies.
Right. All right. Yeah. Well, there's a lot of people protesting this for many, many different reasons. Yeah, I forgot to mention, it's Lewis from South Jersey. Did Opie mention the mom, dad, and kid in veins? Kid had the thumbs up. Yeah, it was a mom and dad. All it was the veins and capillaries, like I was explaining, which forms your body.
Yeah.
When there's nothing else there. And the kid was in the dad's arms, and he had a thumb. He was just in his dad's arms with thumbs up.
How old of a kid would you say the veins were? Could you tell?
Probably like a year, maybe tops.
Yeah, a year old.
Tops, probably less.
They removed the vein from this one. No, he didn't. Boss is a mokes.
All right. Well, enough of that.
That's something I would never go to.
Really? Why?
Yeah, it's too creepy.
Why?
Too creepy. Because I have to sleep at some point. I have to leave that exhibit, and at some point, whether it be days later or something, I would have to shut my eyes and sleep. And the nightmares of those faces, because the faces look like it's something out of a monster movie.
Yeah, definitely.
All stripped of the skin, and
absolutely.
That wouldn't give you a nightmare?
Nah,
that they're chasing you around?
Not that, because that's not that bad, no. I've seen other things that have given me nightmares, but that's not
like what?
Beheading videos.
And those have given you a nightmare?
Yes.
Yeah, I can't watch those.
That's the worst.
I don't watch those either.
Can't watch that.
I watch them. I watch the U.S. military videos. There's a shitload of those up on the web now. You go to the right sites, you can see all the military footage of our snipers and airstrikes on people and stuff, and that's fine. Like, I could watch some Iraqi come apart in the street. I've seen that. Helicopter or some kind of airplane coming around and opening up big guns that are meant to take out tanks and trucks, opened up on a person, and you see it in the night vision.
Yeah.
The guy just instantly becomes chopped meat.
Yeah.
Oh, that I could watch. Because it's more American. It's further away. It's video game-ish.
And it's from a distance, too.
Yeah.
A little bit, so.
Did you see the video? It's either Ogrish or one of those, like...
Fuck that.
No. This is not that bad. This is not that bad.
I don't go to Ogrish.
This is a video of a guy whose face was torn off by a bear. I don't know if that's the guy that they're talking about on the Today Show.
Oh, I think I saw that.
And he's going to have his face replaced.
Face transplant.
But his face, it looks like a half a moon. Like, his whole fucking face is gone.
Eaten out, was clawed out or something.
How did the bear do that? It's like,
ask. He's doing production? Oh, okay. Well, we'll ask him later how that might have happened. There was the coolest fucking video I saw on U.S. military. I think it was one of the security firms that are over there, and they own these black helicopters. Mm-hmm. And they show this helicopter flying over Baghdad. And the guys in there just seem like they're having a good time. Like the one guy's hanging out the side with a camcorder in his hand, and he points it at the pilot. From the outside of the helicopter, the pilot looks over and just sticks his tongue out at the guy. Like they're fucking around. You go down to street level. The helicopter, you know those big crossed swords?
Oh, of course.
Over the highways?
Yeah.
Flies underneath this fucking thing at street level. All to, like, hardcore metal music. They're making music videos out of their home videos. They send them back here, and people put them to music. And you're watching guys being blown up and shit, you know, the firefights going on. And it's all done like a music video. It's amazing what the hell is going on these days, where years ago it was just... Dan Rather in Vietnam or something, and you'd get the films months later, and they'd put together a thing. Now, right after shit happens, there they are, Marines, Fallujah. You download it, watch the music video.
Right on the internet.
People.
Right on the internet.
Yeah.
All right, we got to get back on track here. So Earl did the Black Rock Coalition on Saturday at midnight. This past Saturday night at midnight. This is a new thing we want to really try. We really want to fill the weekends up with a bunch of shit. A bunch of shit. And we started with the Black Rock Coalition, and I'm hearing that he did a very, very good job.
Will this change the mind of ELO? Because I know ELO heard the pitch at one of the soirees Opie was throwing at his house one day.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And Earl was there and pitched it to ELO. And ELO, when he came in last week, said it was the worst pitch he'd ever gotten.
Yep.
This piece of shit will never see the light of day. Like, he really tore Earl apart.
Well,
but we gave Earl a chance to do the show live because maybe Earl couldn't communicate it to ELO. So we had him do the show, and now he's got a demo tape.
Well, we need a show for this Saturday at midnight.
Mm-hmm.
We need something.
Yeah.
Maybe it's Big A and No Filter Paul and his wife Denise just shooting the shit. I don't know. Well, we got to do something, though. We just got to throw some shit. We're calling it shit. We're throwing shit on this channel every Saturday night at midnight for a little while. All right?
Nice.
And then we'll develop some other shit. Because I'm sick of hearing the reruns all weekend long.
Would you ever have these guys that won golden tickets come in and do some sort of auditions? It's a way to get them on a little bit.
No, we're done with the golden ticket idea.
All right.
We're not going to be hiring radio shows, we've decided. It's
really?
Stupid idea.
Yeah. Everyone
it's a stupid idea.
is now on the fucko list.
Okay.
Let the little doggy company do it. It's the dumbest idea ever to take other shows from commercial radio and throw it up on satellite radio.
Well, dude, it's that type of an attitude that cost us Martha Stewart.
Oh, I got Martha Stewart audio for you.
There are only certain radio shows that can really make the transition to a satellite and make it worthwhile.
See, I believe XM eventually is going to be an entertainment company.
XM Entertainment. Satellite Entertainment.
XM Satellite Radio and Entertainment.
I'd take the radio out.
And eventually take the radio out.
Okay.
Like WWF, WWE.
That's right. That's where we see this going. So to hire dumb radio shows that are like, most people listen to these dumb radio shows because there's nothing else.
Right.
And one of the big arguments that people have, regular radio people, it's always, why are people going to pay for something they could get for free? When you take a regular radio show and put it on satellite, it is pretty much like every other radio show you could get for free.
Right.
Things like us, I like to think of as unique.
Yeah,
and
that's
you
right.
cannot get something like that. You can't even hear this on satellite. There's really nothing like this going on right now.
Right.
Whether there will be more in the future, I don't know. But there's nothing really like this program on satellite or regular radio.
Anthony and I are officially leaving the radio world behind.
Yes.
But we'll still do radio.
But it'll be more satellite entertainment.
We're gonna have a lot more respect.
We're branching out.
That's right.
And I want to be an astronaut.
Yeah, so do I. All right, so Black Girl did...
Wait, I'm trying to... What Martha Stewart audio? Not that you have to play it now. I'm just curious as to what it was.
No, it's really quick.
Well, I'm sure it's cuntly, whatever it is.
It's really quick.
Awful woman.
Martha Stewart, her apprentice show was canceled.
Why?
It was horrible. No one cared. It got shit ratings.
She was huge because of her going to jail and all that. So stupid, the little doggy company spent millions and millions on her to do a dumb radio show. She doesn't even know how to do radio. And then they threw her on TV, too, NBC or whoever it was, and that show failed miserably. Absolutely awful. Because she stinks. She stinks.
It would have been great if we could have gotten her here at XM.
Did Trump call in or come in?
Called in. He was
cool.
great.
That's great.
We had a lot of fun with Trump when he called in last week.
Nice.
The Donald.
But we got a clip of Martha Stewart's TV show. Listen to this.
Ooh.
Listen how awful
Which
this
show
was.
is this? The Apprentice thing or?
The Apprentice.
Because she's got like 3 shows.
This is why her Apprentice show failed miserably and it's no longer on TV. Listen closely.
Can I have a piece of your sugar bun, please, Marcella?
Martha asked me for a piece of my sugar bun. This is unbelievable. It's such an intimate experience to be sharing with her. I need to pinch myself right now. I can't believe this is happening.
Aren't those sugar buns delicious?
She gets a show on NBC with that shit.
All these shows, too.
That shit.
I'm sorry. They edit and talk to these people, and it's always the same. Just like that. It's like, hey, how you doing this morning? You know, when she asked me how I was doing, it was just one of the most wonderful points in my life. They take the most who gives a shit moment and just try to blow it up into something.
I don't like the fact that they were talking about sugar buns when everyone knows that's my nickname for Hawk.
But that's why the show was canceled. It was babble like that. It didn't get the ratings.
Who could enjoy that?
It's unbelievable.
Sugar buns. Ask me for my sugar buns, did you? Right here up on the stage.
Teddy Tom.
Martha, you want to see? I'll get up on the stage with my sugar buns.
What did he call his buns?
Golden
buns.
Tippy Tom.
Yeah, I try some of your golden buns.
You can have a golden bun. I take my underwear out.
The return of Tippy Tom, I think, this week, Anthony.
I want to do it out of state.
That fucking drunk animal.
He's got something on him that'll make Bill puke, by the way.
His smell. Just his scent.
Keith is going to try to get Tippy Tom on the radio this week as we get closer to the homeless shopping.
It's those underwear, right?
Oh, yeah.
The green-brown underwear.
Dude. Another dumb clip from TV for you.
He's here. Imagine when it rains what he's like. He's going to share two of his recipes from Al Roker's hassle-free holiday cookbook. Al, what are we here to make?
Well, we are here to make my mother's world-famous sweet potato poon, which is basically...
Poon?
Yes, that's what she calls it.
Wow. Sweet potato poon?
Jesus. Just in case you missed it, from the Tony Danza Show.
He's here. Imagine when it rains what he's like. He's going to share two of his recipes from Al Roker's hassle-free holiday cookbook. Al, what are we here to make?
Well, we are here to make my mother's world-famous sweet potato poon, which is basically...
Poon?
Yes, that's what she calls it.
My mother made an eggplant coon. Being Italian and all.
Wow, sweet potato poon. Wow. What a lovely childhood he must have had. That's what she called it.
Come here. Now, you come here and eat your mama's sweet potato poon.
Yes, Mom. Why do I have to do this?
Because your daddy left.
Sweet potato
I hope Al didn't talk like that on the set of that Peter Jackson film.
Is the poon tangy?
Horrid.
Wow. How amazing is that? Anyway.
What was sweet potato poon? Did we find out?
No, because we couldn't watch the rest of the Tony Danza show.
Little chopper crash.
Couldn't watch the rest of it. Where?
I don't know. They showed a helicopter on the ground.
Oh, okay. No big deal. Those things go down every week now. Good point. All right, Black Rock Coalition. We got to get some of this out of the way. So Earl got the channel this past Saturday night for a couple hours, and he was playing music from black artists, I guess.
Of course, that's the whole gist of the show, isn't it?
And here's the first words from Black Earl.
Here it is.
Thank you, sweet Jesus. The wait is over. I'm your host, Earl Douglas. I want to dedicate this show to our dear friend, Mr. Fez Watley. Feel better, my friend. Also want to send it out to my friend and mentor, Mr. Scott Muni.
I don't think he was listening.
Love him to death. 2 hours of the best black rock, period.
Yeah, Scott Muni's he's on exhibit at Body World. They got him behind a microphone and a couple turntables in front of him. And a bottle of whiskey. And a Who record in his hand.
And he's interviewing a corpse with glasses and a bullet through its head.
Earl.
You.
Hey, buddy.
Way to go on the Black Rock thing dedicated to two white people.
Yeah.
Fez and
some brother.
Muni.
Yeah, two white brothers. Two white devils.
Oh, hey, they're my friends. What am I going to say?
I must say, just from listening to that quick clip, Earl with more energy than I've ever heard.
Of course.
Out of Earl. Very high energy.
Let's finish the first break here.
Period. I'm going to start it off with... I didn't know what I was going to play until about 10 seconds ago. But I figured, why not start with the best? Bad Brains. Black Rock Coalition Radio.
Oof.
Bad Brains.
Bad Brains. Earl?
Oh, go ahead.
Earl?
Yeah.
Who's Bad Brains?
That's the band.
Yeah, who are they?
4 guys from D.C., best hardcore band of all time.
Of all time.
Are they still playing, Earl?
Yes.
I'll give $100 to anyone in the studio that can name one Bad Brains song.
Back to Tomorrow.
Shut up. I'm not buying it.
I thought I was a better actor.
Good. I was like...
I can finally read you.
I thought you would...
Yes.
That's a pull.
Back to tomorrow.
Back to Tomorrow.
Back to tomorrow.
All right, let's play more audio from the Black Rock Coalition with Black Earl Douglas.
Black Rock Coalition Radio on XM 202. The phone number again is 866-766-0339. You can also email us at info@blackrockcoalition.org. I want to thank everyone for all the kind words, all the great support, and let's just keep it rolling here. Classic Thin Lizzy, The Rocker, Black Rock Coalition Radio. XM 202.
Thin Lizzy had a black guy in it?
Yeah, Phil Hartman, the front man.
The lead singer of Thin Lizzy was black?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Shit you not.
I never knew that.
I didn't either.
Looks like my record collection's going to get a little smaller.
That's right.
After today. I can have that in my house.
Thin Kizzy.
Who knew? Really?
Phil Hartman.
Look what you get to learn from listening to the Black Rock Coalition.
That's right. Nothing.
Earl, halfway through, is it true you gave out the recipe for sweet potato poon?
No.
No? I was getting reports. Maybe that happened.
I am jumping ahead a little bit, but I was mooned by Danny.
Yeah.
The monitors got completely knocked over. It was just a show within a show going on.
And Earl was doing coon twofers. So,
no, I was not doing coon. That's funny. Coon twofers.
I heard that the boys, they came in Saturday night, they were hammered.
All drunk.
And just made your life a living hell. Danny's like mooning you. And
yeah, oh, God.
They were trying to lick your ear and they were just making it just a miserable experience for you.
Drunk white guys were his posse for the Black Rock Coalition.
It was supposed to be a very, very big day for Earl, and these guys made it a nightmare.
There were like two chicks there, and one of the other guys just drunken babble to these two chicks.
Yeah.
It was just, like I said, there was a show within a show going on.
Yes, yes. Well, we got some audio of, this next clip is of Danny drunk? Probably. I don't really remember much. Well, let's take a listen to this. More audio from the Black Rock Coalition.
Oh, my God. We got jammed phone lines, which I never expected. And we're going to try an experiment in terror here. I'm going to take a call here. And I'm just going to take a cold, and let's see what happens. Hello. You're on Black Rock Coalition Radio. Who's this? Hello. Hello. You're on the air.
Hey, Robert?
Hello.
Hello?
Yes, you're on the air. What can we do for you?
Yeah, you're kicking ass, man. I just wish the XM would tell me who's the artist and the name of the song.
Well, I was going to get to that, but I had to thank a few people, and we're still getting...
God, how many people are you going to thank during this show? You're only on for 2 hours.
Yeah, you're not accepting an Oscar.
Jesus.
Well, there was so much going on, so much done really last minute.
I want to thank the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King.
I want to thank Abraham Lincoln.
Mike Mars worked his ass off, and then the phones kept blowing out, and I just wanted to thank those guys for all the help.
Right.
Stop with the thank you.
You've had enough already.
Fuck them all, man. Just do your show. And take all the credit. That's what we do every day.
And we're still getting it all together here. The last artist we heard was Pillow Theory. And the song's called Drama Fiction Fiend.
Fucking...
Who the fuck
Pillow
is
Theory?
Pillow Theory?
Do they do Drama Fiction Fiend?
Yes.
Oh, I know it. That's one of the songs they do.
Shut up, Anthony.
What?
How'd you get that answer?
Because Earl just said it.
Oh, he did? No, I didn't even listen. Pillow Theory?
Actually, Opie, you would love this band.
No, I wouldn't.
Yes, you would. I swear to God, you would love this man.
Found any Pillow Theory in the Dillette there, Hawk?
Nope.
There's one of these bands in
what a
Dillette.
shame. What a shame. All right, back to the audio.
Drama Fiction Fiend off of the Black Rock Coalition's latest CD, Rock and Roll Reparations. If you want to find out more about that CD, you can go to blackrockcoalition.org.
Why the militant attitude? Why can't we just enjoy music from black artists, rock music from black artists, without feeling like I got to dig into my pocket and give reparations for something my great-great-great-great-grandpappy might have done?
Exactly,
right.
and we still profit from.
Well, Anthony, everybody knows Italians are half black anyway.
Well, you know, the Moors. When the Sicily was invaded. Your great-great-great-great-grandmother
hosted the Black Rock Coalition.
Get Earl back on the phone.
I love this guy.
I hung up on him by accident. Max in Ohio. Max.
Hey there.
Hey, man.
I hate to call him out on this, but Phil Lynott, the lead singer of Thin Lizzy, he isn't black. He's Welsh.
What? Is he a black Welsh?
No. Like Welsh, like Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Earl's not even playing black artists?
No, he's not black. He's Welsh.
He's Welsh?
He's Welsh.
Let me see. I'm punching up a picture here.
All right, hold on there,
Thin Lizzy. Do we have an album cover?
Yeah, we, All right, let's play the rest of this audio as you find that.
I don't see a black guy in there.
blackrockcoalition.org. And thanks for the call. As you can hear, I'm just trying to catch my breath here, trying to get it all together. Having a lot of fun. And you know what? We're going to take another call here. Let's see.
Hello.
Hi, you're on Black Rock Coalition Radio. What's your name?
Oh, my name is Billy, and the show sounds really great. Nice bands playing.
How's the show going? Is it going all right?
And I wonder if you could play a song for me.
Black rock, man. It's like the best rock I could even imagine. It's black.
You can hear Danny.
It's rock. What else do you need? It's
Danny,
black and it's rock and it rules.
Danny, go
Earl,
get out. You're drunk. They are so annihilated right now.
Can you hear me? I want to make a request.
Oh, what would you like to hear?
I want to hear Funky Town. Great, Earl. Thanks for
And then he played it over the phone.
I knew this was going to happen. What did I expect? I mean, the O&A guys, it's always fun. It's always a good time. You know what? I'm not going to babble anymore. We're going to get right back into some music. And... Black Rock Coalition Radio on XM 202.
Ooh, Earl was flustered at the end of that. And Danny, you just came in all hammered and just decided to fuck up his show?
Yeah, we all met up here, went out for a few cocktails, and figured we'd just wreck Earl's...
few?
Huh? Yeah, a few. Couple. Just wreck every break that Earl did.
And Earl, that Thin Lizzy guy is not black. He's not black enough.
What, Phil Lynott?
Not even not black enough. He is not black.
He is half black.
Half black?
Black father, Irish mother.
Hell no. He would be a little darker if he was
And
half
he
black.
fits into the Black Rock Coalition? Thin Lizzy fits in because one of the guys in the band is half black?
Singer-songwriter?
He's... what does that guy say he is? Max in Ohio. Max, go ahead. You're on with Black Earl.
Hey, Earl, sorry, man. He's Welsh.
Yes,
he's not black.
His mother is Welsh.
Huh? That's right.
His mother.
Right.
Yeah, his mother's Welsh, his father is black.
Nah.
Wow, that's a reach there, Earl.
Yeah,
Earl, you can't...
I think you're reaching for artists.
He had a black friend in high school, so he fits in? That's awful.
All right, here's Earl, more audio from his Black Rock Coalition this past Saturday night.
Black Rock Coalition Radio, XM 202, and we're just going to keep right on moving here.
Fucked up! You fucked up! You fucked up! You fucked up! You fucked up!
As you can see, we're having a nice little party here, and thank you, O&A, for sending me the most drunken crew you can get your hands on. We're going to keep it right moving, keep things moving right along.
Wow.
Earl, they had you so fucked up, man.
For moving and keeping moving and moving things right along, you weren't moving.
Yeah.
Between nerves and being flustered, it was... the more I think about this show, it's like, oh, God.
So, Danny, as soon as he fucked up, you guys just decided to just pounce on him?
Well, I guess. I really don't remember, but apparently he fucked up. So we decided to do the old school EC dub chant.
Yeah.
No, you just did it randomly. I did fuck up later.
Yeah. Eric wants in?
Yeah, what happened was during that song, he kept turning the CD button off. So twice throughout the song, the music went off and it was dead air.
Yeah.
I absolutely no recollection of doing it, but I guess that's what happened.
All right, we got more audio. Danny drunk in the background here again.
Black Rock Coalition Radio on XM 202. Jean-Paul Borelli out of Chicago with Got to Be Able to Know off of his album Saints and Sinners. Before that, we heard some Betty Davis with Steppin' Out in Her I. Miller Shoes from her self-titled debut album from 1973. And Danny is here from the O&A show just staring right through me. I mean... Say hello, Danny.
Wow. Oh, Earl, you're gulping.
You were gulping, Earl.
You got the dry mouth and you're gulping.
Who was that first band?
Oh, the first guy? Jean-Paul Borelli.
Jean-Paul Borelli.
He sounds French.
Yeah, that's not a black... Earl, is it true that this guy isn't black, but he likes Cheetos and grape soda?
Comment? Earl?
As I was saying, Jean-Paul Borelli, he's a guitarist out of Chicago.
Oh, all right.
Oh, my God.
That's wonderful. Back to the audio.
Hello, why do you keep calling?
Wait, who's this?
Maybe. Uh-huh. I know Geico Insurance. I do a radio show. I'm on the air right now, and my phone keeps ringing into the microphone. And right now, millions of people are listening to my side of this conversation. Do you understand? Call me later.
Wait, can you ask him a question about Geico? Is that the Geico Insurance?
That's the Geico guy, Jimmy.
I heard that the Geico lizard has AIDS.
The Geico lizard. No, they don't. So you got that? Call me later. Thank you.
Goodbye.
Good day, sir.
All right, back to the Black Rock Coalition audio.
Through me. I mean, say hello, Danny.
Hello, everybody. It's the Black Rock Coalition, Negroes.
Oh, my God. Danny! Wow.
You don't remember any of this, Danny?
Oh, little bits and pieces.
Holy shit.
You know, this is probably what it feels like to be at your own intervention.
Contrary to popular opinion, I'm the head nigger in charge.
Nathaniel? Anything to add to this?
No, I think Danny's audio speaks for itself. I didn't know Black Rock Coalition was one word, but apparently when you're hammered, it is.
Yeah, this turned into the Danny show. Let's listen in here some more. It's the Black Rock Coalition, Negroes.
Danny.
What?
Behave,
what?
Danny.
I'm behaving.
You're so drunk.
Ow.
It's Earl's moment.
Oh, God. Let me see here. Who was on line 5? Kyle. Kyle, you're on Black Rock Coalition Radio. Hello.
How's it going, Earl?
How are you?
I'm doing great. You're doing an awesome show.
Thank you. Really appreciate it.
You know, he's listening. He's going to have to sign you up after this.
Yeah, you know what? That's Eric Logan's call, and I got to thank Eric. He, despite the fact that he didn't really like the demo that I did for him, he still gave me a shot, so I got to thank Eric.
Another
Kyle,
thank
still
you.
There. Yeah, we lost Kyle. Oh, God. Danny is mooning the... Oh, God, we got a bunch of people in here, and what a mess. What a mess.
The white man room.
Anyway, we're going to get right back to the music right now. We're going to play some Cypress Hill. We're going to do some Rock Superstar here on Black Rock Coalition Radio, XM 202.
Flippin' sweet.
A lot of,
Wow, Earl. Danny was just fucking up your world.
Poor
huh?
Earl. You know, the white man coming in and keeping you down.
I mean, he basically had his pants around his ankles.
Ugh.
Bare ass naked.
Oh.
Why were you naked?
I was not. I just wanted to mess Earl up. I just wanted to fluster him.
You flustered. I mean, the whole room was horrified.
Danny, you know, it's not always about you, sir.
Yeah,
certainly
this
is.
was Earl's moment to shine.
Yeah.
Shine. Earl's moment to shine. And, boy, you were stepping on him.
Like right now, it's Earl's moment, and I'm sitting here. I kind of pissed my pants, for real. And I have, like, fucking urine in my underwear right now because I was whizzing into a cup to make Danny laugh under the table, and I fucking put my mule away.
Is that your urine?
It sure is.
Why is it that
Yeah, what
color?
is wrong with it?
No,
you have
because
a problem.
It's
cloudy.
It's because it was Starbucks was in there. That's the end of my latte.
Oh,
and I was whizzing into a cup under the console, and when I put my mule away, between, like, the bladder, like, I didn't get to shake.
Yeah.
So it all fucking dribbled out into my underwear.
You
and
bet yourself.
I got a big spot.
The front of your pants are all
I'm
wet,
not gonna
you
show my
animal.
mule. Look, this is my underwear.
Oh, God.
All right.
Earl, we got to get back. Jesus, what is... Earl, hold on a minute. We got to get back to Earl in a second. That's unbelievable.
That's why I had to run out because I felt like, this is not cool. I just did it to make...
it's not.
All right, we'll get back into the Black Rock Coalition audio in a second, but we have a big star on hold that wants to say hi today. Waiting for them to get him back on hold so we can pick him up. Ladies and gentlemen.
How do you know if he's on hold?
Huh? Ben's got him.
Oh, cool.
Oh.
It's Billy West, everyone.
Yes, it is.
Billy.
Yabo.
There he is.
Opie and Anthony and Jim Norton, big fans of Billy West. How are you, sir?
I know who you guys are. I know everything about you.
Is that good or bad?
Men.
Men.
Opie and Anthony.
Wow.
I made it with a woman. Alert the men.
Billy West, the voice of everything.
Not everything.
You jumped into just about everything. I'm amazed. Didn't you wind up getting like Bugs Bunny's gig?
Yeah, I did that for 10 years.
Christ.
And
the Warner Brothers gig.
Yeah, the Warner Brothers gig. I did Space Jam, and I did Bugs and Elmer Fudd,
and then Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah.
You of course were doing Stimpy, but I guess John Kay was doing Ren.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he gets fired.
And then he got fired from his own show.
But I was the original guy who was supposed to do both. I was given a tape with what they wanted for both voices.
Uh-huh.
And I did the original demo, and that's what sold the show over at Nickelodeon. So, I mean, everybody likes to fantasize, you know, that I just flew in there and, you know, grabbed up everything. And it's like, I didn't give a fat frog's ass who did the other voice. I really didn't.
Yeah, because the Stimpy voice was great, of course.
Hey, Ren, will you button me?
Oh, I tell you.
And then you ended up all over Nickelodeon, and man, the Honey Nuts Cheerio guy. How did you get so much work so fast?
I think I kind of had, from being on the radio in Manhattan, I think I had kind of an electronic business card, you know, because everybody on Madison Avenue listens to everybody who's on the radio.
Howie.
You know, and I was one of those guys. I was in that mindset. Think about it, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you were starting out, you just wanted to be flavor of the month 12 times a year.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's how I went in there, like a Terminator.
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much changed Howard's show. It took on a whole nother direction. You were a talent on there that brought it up to another level.
Well, I was facilitated in different ways. You know, like they'd get me going on a certain premise, or they'd say, hey, try this tomorrow. And then, you know, of course, Jackie was the $1 million man. I mean, he used to, you know, he'd hand me something that was like worth $1 million in comedy dollars.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It was that was like the golden age of Stern's show with Jackie and you there. Some of the stuff.
I you know, it's like I haven't listened in an awful long time. I'm a big fan of like AM radio.
Right.
And I listen to you know, the liberal talk shows that are starting to flourish in the face of all that other right-wing crap, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, both sides can be pretty entertaining, though, when they really go off.
Yeah, but there's this thing that, you know, over the years, everybody was trying to, you know, conjure up, like, what must have happened over there when I left. And I used to read the posts, and I used to go, I don't remember this asshole being in the room when I said these things and did them.
Really?
You know, and everybody's an expert. Here's what happened.
Yeah, there's a lot of...
Billy went in there one day, and he's ungrateful, and...
Yeah, there was a lot of controversy as to why you left, because you definitely were a shining star on that show. Some of the most memorable things that came out of Howard's show was Billy West, the Marge Schott stuff.
Schott thing.
I used to listen every morning when I was working, and when I was actually working for a living in construction. And the Marge Schott thing, the fucking Woodstock thing was... probably one of the funniest things that was ever done. Allison Steele doing the voiceover, and
Allison Steele, God.
And you doing Larry Fine.
Well, Larry was the basis for Stimpy's voice. Stimpy. But
and no one did Larry
like
fucking
old Jewish guy, so we had to patch him up, you know.
No one did Larry Fine. It was it was a dead-on Larry Fine. It's like, God damn.
I thought it was so sublime. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like.
And then putting him totally out of context into Woodstock was that bit was fantastic.
Everything out of context with the Stooges is funny.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, hey, Mo, I broke your Pesach dishes. Oh, think nothing of it, kid. Why, you imbecile? This is the meat and this is the dairy. Ow, ow, ow. Hey, you missed one. No, I didn't.
God damn it.
Wait a minute. Is that Yiddish for go take a shit in the ocean? Oh, a wandering Jew, eh? Well, get wandering.
You must have just grown up sitting in front of the television forever.
But you know what? I was right. My mother thought that they were idiots.
Yeah.
Stooges. She said, how can you watch those awful men? And look, I thought Mo was a genius, but I didn't know why. And then, believe it or not, he and Albert Einstein had had something in common. I know you won't believe this, but it's true. Mo actually explained E equals MC squared, the theory of relativity.
Yeah.
When he said, we ain't getting no place fast. And I said, oh, my God, it's true. He has a link to Albert Einstein. Except Mo said it where I could understand it, you know.
Did you grow up on that, though, watching a lot of cartoons, Mel Blanc?
Oh, sure. I watched it all and wondered how the hell can someone do this? Because he wasn't just a collection of witty little voices. That guy was the best damn actor.
Yeah.
You know, and I think Anthony does voices, right?
Anthony
does amazing voices.
Just, you know, watching, it's a lifetime of watching a lot of television and being a minor bird.
Yeah, create your own characters, though, because impressionists, here's my feeling on it. It's like, you know, we all wanted to be like Rich Little or Frank Gorshin or the other guy there, David Fry.
Yeah.
And one day we woke up in an America that didn't give a fuck about impressionists.
Yeah, true.
You know what I mean? So as soon as I started doing, like, original characters, all of a sudden it was like, wow, look at that. You know, and I felt like none of my things that I could ever come up with could measure up to what Mel Blanc did and that. But that's not the point. You can't be the next... you can't be the next Mel Blanc by doing Mel Blanc's voices.
No.
You know, you got to be like the best you.
Yeah, that was amazing. He came up with all of them, and so many of them, you know, and they were so different. It wasn't like, oh, you could tell this is the same guy doing this voice or that voice.
Yeah. Well, he inspired me to try to be as diverse as possible, you know, like, like on Futurama. I tried to split it up, you know, there'd be like Zap Brannigan, you know, this is Zap Brannigan, master of time and space and everything in between, and, winner of this year's Modesty Award.
Yeah.
He was based on all the big dumb announcers I came up with who loved far and away above everything else the sound of their own voice. They keep their balls in a wheelbarrow. You know, it's like trying to make 8-syllable words out of one.
Yeah.
Coming to the Worcester Centrum.
Back to the Howard thing, though. What actually did happen? Because you guys were just riding a rocket ship, and then to have what I see, I don't know how modest you are, but what I see was a huge part of that show just disappear from it.
I wasn't really aware of that until years later. I started reading posts, you know, and it was like, hey, I'm saying it's almost 10 years and people are still going back and forth about this. Like, what the heck? And, you know, I mean, I've always said that I thought Howard was the greatest, and I never blamed him for my problems with management at K-Rock when I wanted a raise, you know what I mean? I mean, they just stopped returning my solicitor's phone calls, so I said to myself...
How could they not give you a raise?
I don't know. Look, you know, I mean...
This business is filled with guys that are doing radio that just stink, and then
they don't get it.
Every once in a while, there's a talent that comes along like a Billy West. You gotta take care of them.
Well, I mean, they used to have these guys propped up there like Scott and Todd and this Franny and Zooey and Ricky and Zicky and you know, and I say these guys got that certain nothing, don't they?
No shit.
You know, and I'm going, how good do you have to frickin' be, you know, to get some money? And it's like, no, not everybody wants to live in a sewer.
Right.
I'm not calling New York a sewer, but you got to have money to live there and stay away from the sewer. And it's ridiculous there. And they just stopped returning my lawyer's phone calls. So I said to myself, hey, you know what? I'm not a victim. I just went into Howard to say I'm leaving, and that I respected him and I loved him and I thanked him for the time there. And, you know, for the first time in 12 years, I didn't know where I was going because I worked in Boston. Radio.
Yeah, I'm not trying to make any, you know, battle here or anything.
Oh, no,
did he go to bat for you? I mean, that's...
See, I have no idea. But I never expected anything from anybody. I just said...
Yeah, I know you don't expect anything, but... Jesus
not
Christ.
Getting back to me was a clear sign that said, you know, well, you're not that valuable. So I didn't blame anybody or get mad or bitter. I just said, well, the chance of making real big money here will never happen if I can't get a raise.
That's just amazing.
Well, as far as the money goes, I'm sure you showed them, but, you know, I mean...
You know what it is? I'm, like, the nicest guy. I'm the most, like, you know, like... I don't know, what do you call it, sort of reticent guy when it comes to asking for money. And I realize you got to be like fucking Tony Soprano or something nowadays.
God damn, I used to be the same fucking way. No shit, I was just...
in there.
It
Listen, you fucking shut the roll. I want a fucking raise. You understand how fucking hard it is to live in New Jersey with no fucking money? This is the last fucking Sunday dinner I ever have at this house.
There's a time you go through...
It always sounds like he's ready to cry. You know, Tony, you were never very good at athletics. What the fuck you got to say that for, Uncle June? What's the matter with you?
There's a time you go through where you're just kind of happy to be there. You know?
Yeah, I know.
And the money thing, it definitely is not even an issue. But then when you realize, you know, your car is falling apart and you got to make your bills,
you kind of want to at least be compensated for what you're doing and the capacity that you're
Can I tell you this? Billy West is a very inspirational phone call. I hope you all realize that.
Absolutely.
Absolutely, Jimmy.
Listen, you know what? I mean,
soon.
no, I guess I'm here to teach lessons and whatever.
Yeah.
You know, for aspiring radio people is, you know, just like eat the shit sandwich for a while, but don't leave that as your precedent, you know.
You're not going to say it, but it's pretty obvious that someone's ego got in the way, and it's too bad because
I really don't know. All I know
because you were doing some great things, and we're in radio. Like if someone like you came along, holy shit, we'd make sure you were taken care of. You kidding me?
Oh, there were guys, sidekicks that just did so much better than I did. But I didn't think of myself as a sidekick. I just thought of myself as a utility infielder. but I was good at it. Right. And you know, this weird soap opera kicked off about 2 months ago when some shitfuck took a quote of mine off my website and injected his own editorial.
What was that quote? What was the quote?
I was bitter about Stern, and then he lobbed it into the New York Post as if he had talked to me. And he put that I was bitter in there, and it went to Richard Johnson. And because of one scavenger, I wound up looking like a bag of dumb remarks.
Yeah, that same asshole has printed a lot of bullshit.
But, I mean, how can you get away with that, like taking something that you read somewhere and saying that they told it to you and that you sounded this or that?
You're talking about Chauncey Hayden?
Yeah.
Who just makes shit up? Yeah.
I'm a decent guy, you know. I gave everything my all, and millions of people happy for over a decade, and still, no matter what the fuck you do, there'll always be like 13.5 people who hate you for some reason.
Right, Billy, like I said, that was the golden age of that show, and you know, that was the you can't miss a day because you guys had something there, and it was amazing.
I listened to the old tapes, and I'm like going, oh, my God. I don't even remember saying that. All I knew is that I'd come out of there just kind of like questioning myself, like, what the fuck did you just say? You know?
I mean, sometimes you listen to...
Most people got it. People are smart. They got it.
Yeah.
You know?
Would you ever go back to radio?
No, I think for guys like you, you know, you're probably an anomaly. You probably get a lot of money because you hung in there and you made it, you know.
Yeah, we're one of the lucky shows. They're not going to bring a lot of radio shows to satellite, so we're lucky. We know
not high profile anyway. Besides, you know, Howard. I mean,
I want a show.
You want a show?
That's right.
We got Saturday night here for you.
Oh yeah,
12 midnight.
We should talk.
Yeah,
we could give you some time, no problem.
I'd have a fun time, you know.
The great thing is, you disappeared off of Howard's show, but then you just popped up everywhere doing voiceover work.
Well, actually, I guess in this weird Zen way, I have them to thank for just, you know, refusing to
pay you
up the ante because, you know, I went to nothing. I left and went to nothing. That's against all what your uncles told you. You know,
right.
We stupid.
Have something to back it up before you leave, you asshole.
Gotta make sure you got something lined up.
Yep.
You know, and then I have that work ethic because it was installed in me, you know, because the immigrant mentality. You know,
yeah.
You had a chance to work 18 hours a day and you didn't do it? What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, and then all of a sudden you start hearing the Honey Nut Cheerio bee, and I'm like, I think that's Billy West.
Oh, yeah.
And then it just...
Cheerios, it's irresistible.
It's just, there you go.
I'm a recycler. I believe in recycling, you know, because I'm big on that with garbage and stuff.
Yeah.
But I used that voice on that show, Doug.
Right.
That was Nickelodeon Doug, and Doug was a painfully shy 11-and-a-half-year-old, and this is my dog, Pork Chop.
And the cash rolls in.
Microphone loser. Hey. This is Roger Klotz, and I'm telling you, I'm the coolest guy on radio, and I got control of your radio too. What do you think about that?
Voice. And the cash rolls in. That's great.
Well, you know what? I got to tell you, radio is like kind of you're a buyout basically. I know I always was because you don't really own anything, you know, that you did, and you can't get residuals on it, so it's kind of a license to print money. And I think I was one of these guys that just said, wow, you know, residuals is what keeps people alive out here.
Yep.
You know, you don't hear from Terry Hatcher for years, and all of a sudden, you know, bang, but she had to live somehow, and she got all those Superman residuals. Yeah. Oh, I do a Terry Hatcher impression.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Do these bones make me look fat? You know.
I just, I don't know. I love the residual thing, and I explained it to my mom's boyfriend. He's an ex-firefighter, retired firefighter in Boston. And one day I came over there, and he's I want to know about show business. He wants to know about everything about show business. He thinks I'm like the president of show business.
Show business, yeah.
I'm as close as anybody will ever get in that block. But he would say, you know, I got to ask you, Bill, what do you think is the best part of your job? Is it the people you work with? Is it the hours? What is the best part of your job? And I said, well, Walter, imagine you got on your robe and your slippers and you got on the mailbox and, you know, in it there's a check for a fire you fought in 1973.
Yeah.
And he just looks at me and goes, gotcha. I said, I mean, it's still out. It's still out. It didn't come back. He did a really good job. You should be getting residuals for it.
That's a great way to put it.
Do you get really, really small paychecks in there as well, like for like $2.50, some little obscure thing you did?
Yeah, it's not like savings bonds, you know. The more time goes on, the less they, you know, are valued. And like the residuals just kind of wear down to nothing. But that's okay because, I mean, I get a work ethic. I go out every single day, and if I'm not doing a gig, I'll be auditioning because if you want to work, you got to audition.
What's the latest thing you've done or that is coming out?
I recorded a pilot for television for George of the Jungle.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of a different take on it. And I've done a million pilots. See, they don't make cartoon shows anymore. They just make a whole mess of pilots. And if one of them or two of them has emotional resonance, then they'll make a show out of it.
Really?
Yeah, there's a whole part of this trying to ensure success thing that they don't have quite down out here in Stupidwood. And,
so you're also, well, Futurama, is that still going?
Yes, every place in the world, if you don't mind me telling you. I got all this cool meat hanging off my face. Young lady, get me a sandwich from the dumpster and leave the maggots on it.
And I did Professor Farnsworth. Yeah. Oh, good news, everyone. Bad news.
That show is fantastic,
one more in there,
man.
but I can't remember. That was my favorite show.
Satirical. Yeah.
You gotta do Bugs before you leave, man.
Well, let's see. What did I get from Warner Brothers for doing that picture? Oh, I got $1 million. And I got it out of them 1 carrot at a time, Doc.
That must have been something, though. All of a sudden, you're the voice of Bugs Bunny and the Warner Brothers characters.
When every idiot that walked down the hallway pops their head in the door while you're doing it and go, he's too much of a wise guy. And then another person will swing by 20 minutes later and pop their head in the door and he goes, he's too Jewish.
Oh, shit.
And then another idiot would come in and go, where's the tough guy? You know?
Yeah, that's got to be rough because everybody is so familiar with that voice.
But, I mean, we're in radio. We came from radio, and our world was a sonic world more than visual.
Yeah.
You know, theater of the mind. These people don't think like that. They just have their own little perception of which ones they saw. I mean, Bugs had 1 million incarnations depending on the director.
Right.
Which is, they're putting that out, too, Warner Brother Home Video.
Oh, really?
Triple threat of classic animation. Yeah, it's a Looney Tunes Golden Collection, and I did some commentary on it, and it's got, like, all the best stuff on it, and beautiful, pristine. You know, because it's so funny. We think that the Warner Brothers cartoons are playing constantly like when we were kids.
Yeah.
But they're not, and I think there's a whole mess of kids that are, like, 6 and up now that don't really know who they are.
Yeah, not a clue.
No, and you know what? Cartoons were better then. I mean, it never occurred to me to burn down my own house.
No, I know.
When I was 7.
Yeah, for some reason they decided that some character, some animated animal hitting another one with a frying pan was going to get kids to do that, so they had to stop doing it.
It got so bad in the 70s that there was this woman, Peggy Charon, Action for Children's Television, and she had scenes deleted from Josie and the Pussycat because one of the girls threw her cat in a bowl of spaghetti. And it was deemed very aggressive and very needless, so they cut out the scene because they thought kids would throw their cat in a bowl of spaghetti.
I remember watching edited Wabbit Season, Duck Season, where they wouldn't show Elmer shooting Daffy in the face with the gun. Wow. They cut to some freeze frame of Bugs looking out of his hole, and then would cut back to
to Daffy with his bill on his head. It's like, what the
wow,
fuck?
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the worst thing you can do. I mean, it's not even like colorizing a movie. That, you've got a color and black and white button on your TV set.
Yeah, let's take the joke right out of the cartoon.
At that point,
watch these politically correct surgeries of that stuff.
At that point, you should just not air it anymore.
Well,
if you're gonna butcher it like that, don't air it.
You know what it is? Research and focus groups and all that other crap doesn't work. It's a formula that was created by the business so that no one person is responsible for the decision to do something.
Yeah.
They can say, hey, we did our research, we did the focus groups, and it just, it failed. And then they invent new words for failure like deferred success.
Deferred success.
Yeah, that's the new one I heard out of Washington.
That's a great one.
I love that one. I was a deferred success for quite a while. I used to play music and... Yeah, kind of a bum, really.
So many years went by where cartoons and animation just sucked, and then and were just made for the smallest of children. No more adults really watching it like we did growing up. I still watched Bugs Bunny and through my 20s and 30s and everything.
Did.
And
but
then
I doubt if you ever did anything like what was going on in those things. You realize that there are real live people that are responsible for this silly stuff that's going on, and you're more fascinated by that than the idea of how to find a new way to torture somebody.
Yeah, it had nothing to do with that. It was just entertaining. It was funny.
You know when kids started doing stuff, after we cut the good stuff out of cartoons and we banished, characters that had cigars and all of that crap, it started going into Sesame Street, which I kind of loved. I thought was great whenever I got to see it. But I wasn't around in the 70s watching TV. I was playing music.
Yeah.
So,
goddamn hippie.
As soon as they started showing this Rainbow Bright and My Little Pony,
it was all that crap,
and Hammerman and all that other shit.
Yeah.
You know what happened? It's like that generation wound up to do drive-by shootings.
Yeah.
And killing their own kids. I mean, this phenomena swept the country. I'm going... Yeah, because you got to get your rocks off on something that's just out of your mind crazy on television.
Because then out of nowhere came like Beavis and Butthead and Ren and Stimpy, and all of a sudden adults could watch cartoons again and laugh their asses off.
Well, you know what I liked so much about that time is that Ren and Stimpy in no way felt like The Simpsons or looked like it, and Beavis and Butthead in no way took any dynamic from Ren and Stimpy or The Simpsons.
No, and it was
beautiful standalone cartoons.
It had a 50s look to it almost.
Yeah, kind of beatniky.
Yeah, Ren and Stimpy.
Well, I remember beatniks because I'm 54 years old.
And it just had a great look and feel to it, and the shock value out of a cartoon was every episode was amazing like that. It was a lot of fun to watch.
Yeah, there's more stuff coming, but I think computer is going to be the place to go, and I think... Well, satellite radio is like the Wild West, ain't it, for you guys?
Oh, absolutely.
Every day we're trying to figure this thing out.
There's no law here.
That's right.
Yeah. You know what it is? You guys, I know you bounced around and you did the drill and everything, but there's, like, I talk to a lot of these young disc jockeys, that are like, their voices crack when they're talking.
Yeah.
This is Booger with you. And I talked to these guys and said, we did everything because of you. And I'm going, wow, this is weird. Like, Private Parts was a training film for these guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's like, I always thought of Howard as like the first guy that ever went to Acapulco. The first guy to ever go to Acapulco didn't have a good time. You know what I mean? He was like, the bugs and the cracking the bushes open with a machete and, getting bit by snakes and stuff. And then 200 years later, there's a bunch of these young guys sitting on a beach in a lounge chair going, hi, I'm Booger. It's like
I invented Acapulco, Robin.
All the walls were broken down until now, which is this new frontier, which I'm totally fascinated by. I think it's great.
Yeah, it's a blast.
Here's a question, because I can't do any impressions at all. Of all the ones you do, what's the one that's like the one that you're like, fucking, I'm glad I can do that one, like the most obscure or hardest one?
It depends on, you could take any voice and put it in the most absurd situation, and I don't mean like the 80s stand-up comedy routine, like, Jack Nicholson's dog. And it might sound something like this. Or you know, that kind of stuff. I mean, I liked when you took somebody and put them in. It's like the comedians, the old comedians used to hate the young comedians because they claimed these guys needed to work blue to be funny.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, those old guys were the dirtiest bastards in the world. If you ever hear outtakes and roasts and stuff. You know, and I used to say, man, it would be just so funny. I'd give anything to go back and see, like, George Dice Burns. You know? so I'm standing in the bank line with my tongue up this chick's ass. What else is there to do?
Oh, George.
Never mind, Gracie. Or, you know, I come from the old days. I loved Bob Hope.
Yeah.
Hey, hi. Hey, this is Bob Big Up from Heaven Hope. Hey, how about that death? Hey, this is Bob. Who? You know, they say that death is just a new beginning. And hey, it might be a new beginning, but I still look like the old ending. I still carry my medic alert bracelet in case I fall down a flight of clouds. Hey, how about that glaucoma? You want some cream in your coffee? Squeeze it right in there, yeah. Keep the motor running, boys. These jokes are gutterballing.
Hey, speaking of radio, a lot of people are calling in saying you do a great Grease Man.
Oh, well, yeah. You know, he was one of those guys that kind of had that voice that Zapp Brannigan wound up doing. And the thing is I knew Phil Hartman before he died. He was really cool. When I was still in New York and I was up to nothing, you know, I just left radio, and I get this phone call. My wife got the call, and I'm on my way home out of the belly of the beast, and I hear the gates clang shut behind me. And my wife calls me and says, you won't believe who I was talking to for like an hour. I said, who? She said, Phil Hartman. He went on and on about how much he liked your stuff and how much he loved, you know. And I said, hey, honey, you know, I know so many people that are capable of pulling an elaborate joke like that. And then I got the phone number. I called him back, and it was him.
Wow.
And he says, you know, when are you going to come out to Hollywood, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm like, geez, I don't know. I really don't. I had nothing planned, to tell you the truth. But he was the nicest guy, the most generous guy as an actor and, you know, as a person who would, like, talk to you. And, you know, you didn't get that weird vibe from him.
It's so odd to have, because that's all I've heard about him are good things. You never heard, God, that guy was a prick. And to have him have to fucking go out like that was awful.
Oh, I know. And the thing was, Philip J. Fry on Futurama was named after Phil Hartman.
Really?
Yeah, and Zapp Brannigan was going to be done by Phil Hartman. So when people hear that, they go, oh, that's Billy doing Phil Hartman. But you know what? We talked about all that stuff before Futurama. And we both had that love of the big, dumb announcers, you know?
Yeah.
25, 30, 35 years ago.
Yeah, he used to do that.
You know, now kids hear those voices, and they assume they're being lied to. You know? Hey, everybody.
One of the best SNL bits he was ever in was the one where he played the doctor back in the 50s. They were all smoking cigarettes.
Oh, yeah.
And tells the woman, you have lung fever. Yeah, smoke these. You have lung fever.
Oh, my God. Lung disease, that reminded me of the avian flu pandemic, you know, which I don't believe.
No, it's not.
It's a crock, you know. Like
60-something people
come along and turn your lungs into chip dip. Doubt it. I doubt it, you know.
Yeah, 60-some-odd people have died worldwide, and we're supposed to start panicking now.
Yeah, really, it hasn't killed anybody in Europe.
Yeah.
And, you know, the terror helicopters are flying around all night here in L.A. And terror. There's a lot of terror. There's just nothing but terror. And I believe in an America where a man can come home after a hard day's work and be able to put food on his family. And Rumsfeld's just as much of a dummy. He's like, you know, things are more like they are now than they've ever been before. What?
God damn.
And Karl Rove, you can't see, but I've got both hands in front of my face, and I'm mimicking a blowjob, Karl
Rove. Billy, man, thanks for checking in.
Oh, and, hey, my pleasure. I got a website. I don't know if you guys ever went on it, but
plug away, my friend.
It's BillyWest.com. It's real easy.
Oh, you were able to get that one? Did you have to steal it? Did you have to wrangle it from somebody?
Somebody tried to buy it, and they were offering something, and they were a carpet company. You know, what? I don't get that. What is this, a new claim jumping? You know,
that's exactly what it is. It's like, my claim. Someone comes up with a mule and a pickaxe and sits on your fucking name.
Yeah, one day I was promised 40 acres and a mule, and I ain't getting nothing. So I'm going over to 7-Eleven, and I'm going to get me a pussy book, and then I'm going to get me a Slurpee.
Hey, Billy.
And pussy book is hot and Slurpee is cold. Together they form weather.
Hey, Billy, you still do Marge Shot or what?
Yeah, but that thing polarizes people, you know. It's
it
like
certainly does. That's a good way to put it, polarizes.
You have to, I mean, even people who think it's funny in a certain situation try to act like, oh, my God, did you hear that? And everybody pretty much got it, you know. I mean, this is a grotesque send-up of a totally racist woman.
Right.
I'm not racist. I mean, you know, I'm really not. And
who didn't get that, though, you know?
We're doing this grotesque send-up of this woman, you know, like, who would barge into the show and go, 80% of U.S. crime is committed by colored. all right, Mr. Schott, sit down. I'm sorry, I meant niggers. and then some white guy would call in and go, I think what you're doing is just really terrible, and you're cutting away at the beautiful mosaic, which is New York. And it's people like you. I mean, your parents must be really proud of you. And I'd be like, shit. You know, and then a black guy would call it and go, I know that's Billy West.
Yeah.
I know that's Billy West. You know, laughing his bajongas off.
Yeah, some people just didn't understand. You know,
it's always like a white guy. A sensitive white guy that thinks he's going to represent, like, the African-American community.
Yeah.
I love that.
And they're laughing their asses
off.
Say
anything on their own.
Yeah, some people don't understand that it's, a joke of, you know, you're doing an impersonation, over-the-top impersonation of this woman who is known for saying some pretty awful things.
She did say really rank things. I was, like, blown away by the stuff that she said.
I don't know what it is about radio. When you're on TV or you're an actor in a movie, you could play the most heinous character, and it's fine. They never say, like, wow, you're some racist when you were playing that part, you know? But then on the radio, if you do some kind of character, people call up, and it's like you're standing on a soapbox outside on the street blurting this shit out.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they attack soap opera characters because people are fanatics. You know, they really believe that this guy on the show is like, you know, double indemnity murderer or something, and they go up to them in the stores and go, how could you? You know, it's weird.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, but I mean, it's all to be fun, you know. I mean, we're not like the government, you know. We're not promoting a culture of death and destruction and torture. You know, we represent, like, love and laughter and, you know, joy of some type. Mm-hmm. And I know that things get rough, but, I mean, it's the modern age. We're not saying anything that anybody on the street everywhere USA or the world, you know, isn't saying.
Right.
Never.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard to reinvent language as much as they try, though, with that deferred success shit.
Billy, I would have given you more money, but I'm out in the Hamptons.
You're what?
Tell him, Robin.
Oh, yeah.
No, you know what? I wanted to pay you more, but I got to buy a house out in the Hamptons.
I don't know. He didn't, you know, I had no idea, like, where he was on all that stuff. But it's out here, it's really bad. It's so snobby. When I first got here, I go to my first Hollywood party, and I figure, I'm going to make sure I have some $100 bills on me.
Yeah.
You know, so when I go to buy a Red Bull,
pull that out.
It's like, oh, hey, look at this guy. And I hand the guy 100, and he goes, ooh, do you have anything bigger? So you got to have money somehow.
Absolutely.
All right, Billy.
BillyWest.com. Billy,
hey, I really appreciate it, you guys.
Great, man.
I've followed your career, and I'm glad I got to talk to you.
If you're in New York, pop in.
Yes, I'd
love to have you on here live.
How about that?
All right.
Cool, man.
All right.
Take it easy.
All right. That's all for here, folks.
There he goes, Billy West. Thanks, Billy.
Bye.
That was great. All right, we're going to take a break, and we'll continue with the Opie and Anthony program. We got audio from the latest assaults on the media. We got more audio from the Black Rock Coalition. We didn't get to half the shit we wanted to today, but I think that's a sign we had a pretty good show, right?
Dude, that was a great Tony Soprano. No one does Tony Soprano.
I know. That was a lot of fun. A lot of insight, too. And Jim Norton is back in town for the next 2 weeks. He's playing Caroline's Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Wednesday through Saturday. One or a couple of the shows are already sold out, so you should... 212-757-4100 is the Caroline's number. Call.
Anthony virus. Get infected.
So we have the loser from The Apprentice on the show. We found out that she had a kid at 16 years old, or got pregnant at 16 years old, and the interview was kind of boring, so I popped in and played Mr. Asshole today, and it got very, very, very uncomfortable.
They didn't send you off to some place to have the baby and tell all the neighbors that she's just at boarding school.
They whited out her part of the will.
No, they really didn't, and I was a great example to my community. I mean, I stood up and I took responsibility.
Yeah.
I did.
Yep. I hear you. All right. Well, that's actually a pretty good way the story could have ended up. Because it could have ended worse, right, Opie? That's my partner, Opie. Opie, we call him Opie the Asshole sometimes here on the Opie and Anthony show. Works out very well. You gonna watch the show? Do you think you know who's gonna win?
No, I'm gonna continue to watch. I have a lot of great friends on there.
All right, here's Donald Trump with his famous catchphrase.
All right, let's hear what he said. The red button.
Oh, okay, this one.
Christy, you really got a tough edge, and you can cause a lot of problems. This is not a popularity contest, but you're just too difficult to work with. You're a distraction to the team. Christy, you're fired.
Wow, that's just got to suck to hear, huh?
Yeah, it does.
You were one of the strong players. You were a threat, so they had to boot you.
I like it said that way. That's good.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, why don't we leave on that high note?
All right.
Okay, great.
Hey, Christy, thanks for being on the show today. Continued success to you.
Thank you.
And good luck.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Take care. You
hear the slam?
Oh, I know. She is pissed. That was most I could hear it in her voice. She did not want to be on that phone when she picked up the phone. Just because of what we were talking about with Patty, and she overheard it when she was on hold. And then it just went downhill. And
oh, my God.
You ever play the "You're a Filthy Whore" clip while I'm trying to conduct an interview?
Oh, Jesus Christ. That just shocking.
Filthy whore!
Yeah, this is the Opie and Anthony program on XM Satellite Radio. That was very cool to have Billy West on the program today.
Yes.
He was being very diplomatic, by the way. Very obvious.
Well, you got to keep... I noticed the L.A. people, they like keeping all their doors open.
Yeah.
All the windows of opportunity always left open. They never bash anyone anymore. Right, Jim?
Hey, I don't know what they do.
Howard screwed him. It's very obvious. Because someone was becoming a little too big on his radio show.
If it's about money and you have someone like Billy West on your show, just killing, making your show unbelievably funny, and he asks management for money and they don't give it to him, and you have the power to, you have Mel's ear, you have his home phone number, you call him up and go, this guy is making my show great. Pay him what he wants. You know what they do? They pay him. That's how it works.
He doesn't go to bat for anyone.
Jackie, same thing.
Boyd Gary, executive producer of the show there, he still has to do bar gigs.
Fucking bar gigs that guy is doing.
He still has to do bar gigs.
He still has to go out there and deal with pests putting wow stickers on his back during photo ops.
That's right.
Which is hysterical.
He still has to deal with that shit because Howard won't pay him.
You see what they do to him now at these bar gigs? All these fucking pests go out. They get around him for a photo op, and he's smiling. And right when the guy snaps the picture, they pull out wow signs and wow stickers and shit.
Yeah.
And snap.
There you go, Howard. A guy that made your show really, really good over the years. You still don't pay him.
Yeah. The guy that organizes everything. Jackie Martling, same thing. The guy was there from just about the start on the old NBC days. And the guy helped build that show into what it became. And what does he get? I'd like a little more money.
It's management's problem, Jackie. Go to management. Yeah, you're the guy that could go to management and absolutely get Jackie the money he wanted. But where was Howard in that fucking negotiation?
The only one he pays is the one that shouldn't get anything.
And believe me, that isn't speculation.
The only one he pays is Robin, who's the most useless part of the show.
The whole?
Yeah, because she's never gonna, outshine Howie.
Oh.
She's just gonna sit there.
Stop.
And giggle from her dunking booth.
You guys have always gone to bat for me with money. Seriously.
Oh, we know that, actually.
I mean, I have to make that
whether
public
we should
record.
or not.
I'm not saying it was a bright move. Believe me, that could have been better spent, dumbasses, but shit, it's on paper.
A lot of people picked up on the fact that when Billy West was on the phone, I go, man, when a guy like you comes along, you gotta hire him immediately.
Do you think they picked up when I said, Billy, this phone call is inspirational?
Yes, of course.
But you know what? You guys have taken great care of me. I never had financial complaints.
You need to be cared for.
Oh, you.
Like a little lost lamb.
I'm not.
Let's get some stuff done. The Assault on the Media contest.
Yes.
It's really, really heating up for the month of November. Every month we do this contest. You want to explain it really fast, Anthony?
Yeah. You got them live shots on the news. You watch the news, you're always going, now to our reporter in blah, blah, and they're standing there in front of some building where there was a fire or a street where there was an accident or whatever. They do a stand-up, they call it, and the reporter's right out there live. Your job is to assault the media. It's to get behind the reporter during that live shot. In front of the reporter. Just getting on camera.
Still, there's a lot of pests out there not brave enough to go in front of the reporter.
In front of the reporter.
I guess that would be a real big move.
That's the big move.
You think it is?
That's the move. And to just stay there. Just block the reporter completely and just talk into the camera.
Yeah.
O&A, Party Rock, whatever you want to say. But they get behind the reporter with a sign, stickers if it's very quickly thrown together, but we love the big signs, and yell, Opie and Anthony, XM202. That's your assault on the media. That's how it works. There have been quite a few. Every month we get more and more.
Yep.
What are we up to now? We got a lot for this month.
Three
more came in over the weekend.
Yeah, 3 more came in over the weekend. Basically, one rule, do not touch the reporter.
Yeah, just don't touch the reporter.
Use air horns, use costumes, do whatever you have to.
That's all you got to do.
Jump up and down, get our attention, and every month we declare a winner. This month the prizes are great, and we're adding to it every day. It's unbelievable. I didn't even know this. The prizes for the Assault on the Media contest for November. 1 Nintendo DS handheld gaming system with Mario Kart DS.
Ooh.
Very cool. Jaeger has given us just a million prizes. Jägermeister. You get a guitar, you get amps, you get guitar cases, and you get 4 pairs of tickets and VIP passes to be in the Jägermeister VIP area and meet the bands Disturbed and Corrosion of Conformity when they come to your town.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get a portable MiFi radio with a free subscription. You get dinner with E-Rock at Paisano's of Mulberry Street in the heart of Little Italy. E-Rock optional. And, of course, finally, admission to the Opie and Anthony Show studios to watch the show of your choice. Unbelievable how many prizes there are for November's contest.
Remember when we had none prizes?
And the Pest still did it.
Yes.
Still did it.
Has anyone turned you down yet, Eric, or no? They've all accepted E-Rock?
Have you gone to dinner with any of the Assault on the Media winners?
No, not yet. None.
Not yet. Okay.
Why? They have not opted for the hawk joining them for dinner.
Jesus. One did. You undercarriage wash.
You want to go for the undercoat.
Can I have more cereal, Hawk? What kind of cereal's up there?
Let's say
the True Coat's pretty good on those cars.
Let's say hi to Peter on Long Island.
Hey, listen, guys, I'm telling you, I love you guys. You guys are so talented, it's unbelievable. Hello, sweet cheeks.
Hello, Angel.
But I got to tell you, the knocking of Howard is driving me crazy. You guys have more class than that. You guys
no, we don't.
No, they don't.
No, we don't.
Get my piece out. I'll listen to you guys.
Go ahead.
You can kill me when I get done with it.
Get your piece out.
Well, we were going to move on from the Howard thing, but now you're calling in to talk about it, so now we have to talk about it.
We talked about it for 3 seconds.
Fantastic. I go to your shows. I go everywhere. You guys know me even. We'll talk about that later.
Listen, Peter, no, we will not talk about that later.
There will be no discussion.
You guys are that good.
The reality is we do a 4-hour talk show every day. Today we might have spent 5 minutes on it.
Right.
You knock him every single... Listen.
And we'll knock him every single day until he retires, that scumbag who treats us like shit. And who has never helped anyone in this business except himself. It's all about fucking him. He had talent like Billy West that he let go because Billy was becoming funnier than him, and we want to expose him for the fraud he really is.
Hey, Pete. It's business. Guys, if you have Jimmy, he's the greatest. If Jimmy wanted $3 million, there'd be a decision to make there. Would you keep
it wasn't no $3 million.
I'm not saying that's a number, but
we just need to give Jimmy a $5,000 raise, and he was happy.
And let me tell you something. For the fucking 4 or 5 years of bullshit that we had to put up with behind the scenes because of that fucking cocksucker, if we take 3 minutes every day to bash him, it's going to take 1,000,000 years to cover the same amount of time. So you fucking deal with it, Peter.
But I love your show, but when you start...
Peter, shut up! Peter, there's so many channels on XM. When we do that, you go somewhere else for a while.
Go somewhere else for 3 minutes.
There's other stuff we do, like, I got email from people like, hey, I love the show, but when Billy was smelling the homeless hooker's ass, I couldn't listen, so I went to another channel for a while. That's what happens.
If you guys didn't have the
more people want to hear us talk about Howard and what a fraud and a hypocrite he is,
3 minutes.
then don't.
3 minutes we talked about it. We had Billy West on the fucking show. We had Billy West on the show, who was on Howard's show for fucking years when it was actually entertaining to listen to. We're not supposed to bring it up. Just shut up.
But
shut your yap. 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 Shut your yap.
Okay, listen.
Shut your yap. Shut your yap. Shut your yap. Shut up. Shut up.
What are you people? On dope? You dick. You dick. You dick.
I'm a
you dick.
I'm
you
a dick?
Dick. You dick.
Listen, I don't care what you say. I love you guys.
All right, Peter.
Shut up.
All right, listen.
Peter made his point. There you go.
You.
There you go.
I love you. Goodbye.
All right.
Could he please instant feedback me so I can ban him?
No, I like Peter, actually.
I hate him.
He's giving his opinion. It's fine.
His opinion stinks.
We think it's the right thing to do. Howard was such a complete cock behind the scenes and a crybaby that we have to expose him for that shit.
No one knows. That's what it is. You don't understand, asshole. You don't understand what it was like to sit there for 4 years and on a daily basis, yes, daily basis, get harassed by that motherfucker behind the scenes.
And we're going to expose him, and we're going to slowly but
surely
at
every turn
erode his credibility. You watch.
Chip, chip, chip. At every turn, you'll hear us chip, chip, chip away at that asshole.
And wherever he is in public, we will be there. No problem. Speaking of which, Dugout Doug, I got something for you.
Oh. Mission?
Well, you know what? We got to smuggle some. We got to smuggle some weapons to the pests.
Ah, okay.
What? And the special ops. I got some ideas for the next few Howie appearances.
We're on tear.
Yes. If you want to join the ONA Army, go to whackbag.com.
I'm eating a lot of cereal today, guys. I apologize for the noise.
I don't give a fuck, Jimmy.
How many bowls?
I don't know how to control.
You are a mad person.
6 bowls of cereal.
There's 3 cereal boxes in front of him. 3. There's a bowl, a paper bowl that's now soggy because he's refilled it 5 times.
All right, listen.
I'm trying this cereal with the fucking interracial couple on it.
Yeah,
You're
friends.
eating the Good Friends?
Yeah,
we were
not?
joking about that awful cereal. That's the only reason it's here. It was a joke. You're eating a prop. That's a prop we had from goofing the other day.
This cereal should be called fucking Emaciated Race Trader.
Good Friends. Oh, one side of the cereal is darker than the other. I love how you're hosing down the black side of the cereal with the milk right now. Jesus.
It should be called Good Friends Who Take Care of Your Dog on Your Bad Days.
It looks like Florence Henderson and some fucking Hawaiian. I don't like this Hawaiian.
No, that guy is a little of everything. He's black, he's Hawaiian, there's some Asian in there, which is, I guess, Hawaiian too. Who knows? A little of everything.
Should be called My Good Friends Don't Talk to Me Anymore since I went out with this guy.
Too bad.
Love that cereal.
Too bad you don't see the gun right outside that shot that was taken to make her smile like that.
This fucking cereal is so bad, it's making me angry.
Oh, you're eating it, see? Any of that kashi shit.
No, the other kashi's
it's
good.
awful, and shut up.
It's good.
No.
I like it.
It's not sugar frosted flakes.
The puffed wheat rip-off cereal is good from Kaishi. Or Kashi. Kaishi or
this
Kashi?
Is fucking
Jimmy.
The worst thing I've ever... Can I have a bottle of water from somebody and a kiss?
Jimmy.
No.
He brought in a cereal called Lean On Me the other day, and it had a picture of a woman on a scale in a leotard on her tippy toes. There's the look at Opie bought that cereal.
All right, listen.
That is a woman's estrogen-filled cereal.
You know that it should have had a cock on it, and it should have been called Kneel in Front of Me.
Don't make me break down the ninth wall here.
The ninth wall.
I took a beating because of that stupid cereal last week, but there's a picture of Anthony leaning on the box, not me.
Because I wanted to show what a guy eating that would look like.
People don't listen closely enough. Now they think you're eating the Lean On Me cereal.
No.
And I'm going to now, tear down the ninth wall.
That is me.
I did not officially buy that cereal.
Oh. Didn't matter.
See, I'm starting to tear down the wall every day now.
Opie.
Because last week everyone thought I didn't pay the homeless woman.
Opie.
I did when the mics were off.
Opie. Tear down the wall and say you did not buy that cereal. That's fine.
I swear to God
I honestly believe it. I will go on record and say I know for a fact Opie did not buy Lean On Me.
Thank you, Anthony. Thank you.
The problem is you had no problem bringing it here into the studio in front of everybody, which means you saw no problem with it.
Anthony,
even though you didn't buy it.
After 11 years, you're starting to figure out that I don't really give a shit what people think of me.
Well, I know
I don't give a crap. And I didn't bring it in for a prop because I was throwing...
I know you didn't.
I was throwing...
That would have been funny.
I was throwing the box away thinking I was getting, not even getting away with it.
No.
It was the box was empty. I'm like throwing it away just before the show, and Bill Burr noticed I was throwing it away.
Is there a gayer cereal?
Bill Burr.
No.
Jesus. All right. Can we go back to the audio of the assault?
How about a box of Robert Reed flakes?
Robert Reedios.
Yeah, they kind of look like Cheerios, but they're actually ass cheeks on either side of the hole. A little blood. Why? I apologize. Why do I have to do that?
All right.
I had a gag the other day. You weren't here, but now I got to tell you. It's the Robert Reed cereal. It's like alphabets, but only H, I's, and V's.
Did you say that? Did you say Robert Reed cereal? I swear to God, I didn't hear you say that.
I believe so.
I did not hear you say that. Wow.
No, of course you didn't. That's what I'm saying, but the H, I's, and V's. That would be a fun cereal, right? What is this spelling? Vi, huh? No. I have. No. Oh, I get it.
All right, we got the audio from the Assault on the Media contest.
Deus said.
I don't understand.
All right, back to the Assault on the Media. So 3 more came in over the weekend. We'll start with the Fox 5. Fox 5 reporter James Ford in Belmar, New Jersey. And it was John from New Jersey, a fat kid, who had a very casual conversation with the reporter as he's trying to do a live report.
He got angry.
Listen to this.
Well, we'll just show it to you. We're here on Ocean Avenue in Belmar, and you may notice there's a lot of sand here on Ocean Avenue. Yeah, and look over here. You got small drifts here on Ocean Avenue. Again, this is a street. Ocean Avenue, that is the actual ocean. And what's happened here is we've had such strong winds all day long that the sand from the beach is all blown into town. And that's just the beginning of things. On top of that, we've had very low temperatures and very heavy rain.
They cut him off right at that point.
Wow.
He just looked at him. It's a visual. You got to go to the website and
go to
look.
the website and check out the latest videos from the Assault on the Media contest, because that one is definitely a better video.
Some of them are much better video-wise than they are audio-wise.
Because you see the fat kid in the background kind of just milling about.
Yeah, and then he just walks up to him and goes, "Do you listen to Opie and Anthony on XM Satellite Radio?" The guy's doing a report.
Yeah.
Here he is, the little fat gentleman.
Hey, Tim in PA, what's up?
Hey, I wanted to ask Opie what he thought about Fred's little rant there Friday. And by the way, I love you guys. I love your show. Just got my XM this year, and awesome show.
Thanks. We're gonna do an end of the year special that's gonna be just absolutely terrific. Can I be on it? Yeah.
I've had it all year, but I just want to know what you thought about Fez's little rant there Friday.
You know what? A lot of people are asking me about that. I still haven't officially heard the audio, so how about we do that tomorrow on the show?
You got to hear it, man.
I guess Fez is blaming me for his heart attack.
No, he's got a list.
He's thanking you for his heart attack.
Oh, okay.
And he didn't thank Anthony because he thinks he's an adopted Cumia.
He's got a list, and you seem to be on the list, along with people like Harry and Paul and a bunch of other people.
He's thanking him for the heart attack.
All right, Tim, can you call the show tomorrow and remind us so we can play that, because we're going to forget overnight.
I'll definitely remind you.
All right, cool.
Tim,
bye.
Tim, Fuck.
Click. What happened?
I don't know, Opie.
Did you get scared?
You wanted him to keep talking. You were going to go, Tim, what about...
I get scared.
All right, the second assault on the media that came in over the weekend. CBS 4 here in New York. Oh, no, this was Massachusetts getting involved. Okay. Sorry. CBS 4 in Massachusetts. Pauline Chiou. Or Cho. C-H-I-O-U.
D-I-N... What?
C-H-I-O-U. Chiou?
Yeah, she really should be throwing a fucking exploding hat into a helicopter.
A little pointy hat.
Mike from Drake, Massachusetts, uses a spotter as indicated by cell phone in Mike's hand. Videos are up on opieandanthony.com. Here's the audio of this assault on the media.
He is not charged with manslaughter. He is charged with drunk driving, not vehicular manslaughter just yet. Sources tell CBS 4 the prosecution is having a hard time right now placing this person behind the wheel at the time of the...
Yeah, the sticker, that was a very good impromptu assault.
Did they cut away, too, before she finished? Because the audio just ends there.
It moves to the side.
It moves to the side? That was pretty good, too, huh?
Yeah.
All right. And then finally... getting to the big one, No Filter Paul, who's on the line.
Again.
No Filter Paul.
Good morning, boys.
This is your fourth assault on the media for the month of November alone, right?
Yeah, Sonny is not beating me.
Well, Sonny Forelli has the title right now. He won for September and October, I believe.
Yes.
So the title is up there in Massachusetts, and No Filter Paul is trying to bring it home to New York.
Yep, playing for the New York team. Got to do it.
Or Jersey officially, right?
Yeah. They're one market pretty much for the radio, so that's one team.
Well, No Filter Paul is definitely in the lead with the one where he made the reporter just give up on the report and walk away. And No Filter Paul, and who else was with you?
This one was Chester's Ashes and XM Era. And,
no, I mean the one I was just explaining.
Oh, that was Mike, assault on the media guy from the
Yeah, Mike. So they're left there on live TV just jumping up and down like lunatics because the reporter gave up her post. That video is up on opieandanthony.com as well. There's a whole assault on the media section now on opieandanthony.com to make it easy. So you guys hit CNN, another national hit.
Yep. CNN headline news, actually, yep.
Yeah, and you guys come running into the shot with the big Opie and Anthony signs. It was a great assault on the media, and then you got yanked out of the shot, right?
Oh, yeah. First of all, the sound guy yanked my sign out of my hand, and then right after that, the guy from the truck just grabbed my collar and pulled me back.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we have behind-the-scenes video of that, filmed by Big A.
Yeah, what's great about this video, when you see it online, you see the actual assault that everyone saw on TV, and then it segs into the behind-the-scenes footage that you guys shot.
Right.
And it's well done. Big A was holding the camera? What happened, Paul?
Hey, he hung up on you.
Oh, he's right now panicking.
I swear to God.
Oh, no, what happened?
There's an accident.
All right, well, we'll play the audio as he calls back. So it's No Filter Paul hitting CNN with a bunch of guys.
David is live in New York City's Times Square. David, are the fans beside themselves with excitement?
You know, Brooke, the Harry Potter fans are very much like Star Trek fans. They will do just about anything for the film itself.
Another dishonest fucking reporter. He's trying to make believe these were Harry Potter fans.
Harry Potter fans? Stop it. He couldn't even continue. He kind of stopped, turned around, looked.
Yeah.
And that's when somebody from the truck, I guess, came out and pulled Paul by the collar.
Another great video. A better video than audio, obviously. But, Paul, walk us through it. What else happened there?
Well, actually, the guy went live one time before, and we made the mistake of having Big A on the phone.
Yeah.
With Dugout Doug.
Yeah.
And he stumbled so badly trying to tell us it was live. It was already over before he
Oh, great.
Yeah, he's like, live Times Square. And we're like, yeah, we're in Times Square. Meanwhile, we just missed a shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All he had to say was go, and he couldn't get it out.
No, not at all. Yeah, he made up for it with a video in there. We'll give him that much.
I don't know. I do like the behind-the-scenes video that Big A shot, but it looks like just like how he stammers.
Yeah, no shit.
His camera work is the same thing.
He's
it's
all
a little jittery.
nervous, Nelly.
For sure. And we wanted him to come over to us when the truck guy was shouting at us, but he walked further away because he was scared the cops were getting caught or something.
Further away.
How do you walk further?
It's the opposite of nearer.
He walked further away.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun, though. A lot of fun.
Paul, there's only about a week or two, 10 days left in, not even, whatever, a little over a week left in the contest, and I don't think anyone's going to beat you this month.
I'm not counting Sonny out.
Sonny always comes, actually, Sonny pulls it out late.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about.
I think he did that last month. He pulled it out late, so.
Yeah, it was the last day, like 7 p.m.
Yeah, there you have it. All right. Well, Paul, thanks again.
Right, and if you guys are serious about us doing a weekend show, we got a whole list of things we want to try.
Well, you guys come up with your best show idea.
I already sent Anthony the list a couple of minutes ago, so I don't know if you saw it yet.
Oh, great.
Who'd you send it to?
I sent it to Anthony. I didn't send it to Steve until I wanted to hear from you guys that you were serious.
Let me see. Here is the prep sheet.
Do not read the whole thing on the air, please.
Why?
Why?
Because it's good, but some of it I'd like to surprise a little bit, you know.
Surprise.
Yeah. All right. Whatever.
Hour
you know
one.
What? You're live on the show right now. Well, what do you want to do on this channel on the weekend?
Well, we got a bunch of ideas. You know, we're going to have Ask the Hall. People can ask Denise questions.
Okay.
You know, yeah, wonderful. The BET Minute, where I just tell them BET and comment on what's on the screen.
Okay.
Oh, Paul watches BET and comments on what he sees.
All right.
Okay. Doesn't matter
Mr.
what's
Science Theater with racism thrown in.
Have people call up that maybe want to have sex with Big A. We just want, care if it's a guy or a girl.
Okay.
Spot the fake orgasm. Play some dirty Christmas songs. Yep, there you go. I know. Have people call up and say why they should, do the next weekend. Cut the golden ticket type thing.
No, you don't need to do that. We'll figure that shit out.
All right. Gossip from the message boards. Evolve other message boards. Chemistry said he's going to do the intros and sweepers for us, and he's going to let us play a song from his new CD that he's working on.
So who does the show?
Me, Denise, and Big A. And then we have guests. Whoever. Whoever wants to call in.
What do you guys think?
At least he planned something out.
Yeah, he planned something out.
If it blows one week, then, whatever.
What do you guys think? Give him 2 hours Saturday at midnight?
I would say, if not November 23rd through 26th at Caroline's, definitely give him 2 hours. I'll give it to
I say we give him 2 hours this weekend.
Yeah.
All right. What else are we doing on the weekends?
2 hours.
We'll chat about it next week.
Pretty hard to fill.
Yeah, we'll have to get all the audio so we can goof on it on our show. But
For sure.
So Saturday night at midnight, I gotta check with good old Elo, but it'll be Big A, No Filter Paul, and Denise.
Yep.
Just shooting the shit.
And Jimmy, we'll have to come to your show Friday, because you're still going to be on when we're on. We're going to have people call in from your show as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Come Friday, man. Definitely.
Yeah.
All right, let's think it over, and we'll have an answer tomorrow for you.
That sounds positive.
It is good, actually.
No, it's not a bad idea.
Elo don't tell us nothing. We tell him.
To be honest, we just want very raw shit on the weekend.
That's what we're looking for.
We're not looking for polished shows because...
Right. I just didn't want to call up and say, okay, we're going to do 2 hours and have nothing. These are just some ideas.
I want some stuff where you're listening going, this is a fucking train wreck.
Right, well, the other thing we have here is have Big A keep drinking and see if he speaks normally after X number of beers. So that might be a train wreck.
Maybe we might want to not do that.
Yeah, okay, well, I don't know the rules. You guys have to pretty much set them up. So.
All right, thank you.
That party is over. Everybody go home.
The Big Show.